Hi, I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We're excited about this high school football season. Join us in catching the spirit. Hi, I'm Dr.
High school football here in Texarkana. Once again, Eric Aiken along with Brian Bolt as we're here at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park, and beautiful night for football as we get the 2021 season started, and I'm excited about football this year. How about you, Brian?
Absolutely, and the weather's great. No rain in the forecast, got a nice breeze blowing, and we've got the big Texas Tiger tee out on the field. I think Billy Lavender may have some smoke ready.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw his TikTok this morning. He posted it, I think, on all social media, but it was simply, he's ready for it, and he's bringing the smoke.
Absolutely.
That was the whole theme of his thing.
And so it's been a whole year since we've been back.
Yeah.
What a great season last season that the Tigers had. You and I were able to do all of the game. Well, maybe except one or two at the very first of the season, but, man, we had an exciting time.
Yeah, matter of fact, we didn't get to see John Tyler. They were at Tyler Rose Stadium, and so the Tigers, finished last season 11-1, and that one loss was to Crosby, who, by the way, got beat in the last quarter by Carthage last night. And I don't know in the 4A Division II level, but you do not want to play Carthage this year if they beat Crosby, because Crosby is just as good as they were last year. But, last year's over, and it's a new season and a lot of not a lot of new players, but, there's going to be some in some key spots this year.
Yeah, and so just you and I watched the scrimmage or preseason games that they've had, and we see a couple different faces out there, and so it does look a little different on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. With that, we're going to lead into some of the guys that we need to be watching, some players to watch. And so let's see. What do you got for the offensive side of the ball?
For Texas, I'm gonna say for the offensive side, you've got to watch McHenry. He's coming off of a great season. In 2020, had nearly 3,000 yards of passing with 37 touchdowns, and they're going to lean hard on him this year. I think he's going to have a great year. He's got one offer, and obviously you hope that he goes somewhere, because I don't know that there's a kid that has a better football IQ on the field tonight than Brayson McHenry.
Absolutely, and so like you said, almost 3,000 yards, just 30 yards shy of 3,000 last season. He says he's going to break the record this year.
Yeah, we're to Ryan Mallett Holes.
That's right. That's right. And right behind him, wearing number 2, Braylon Stewart, he also says that he's breaking the rushing record this year. And so some big shoes to fill and some big stats to throw up for those guys.
I'll tell you what, to make bold statements like that, but there is one Achilles to the Tigers as they're rebuilding that offensive line. And if either one of those guys are going to break records, that offensive line is going to have to be I just think that's the thing Texas High is looking at coming into this game. If you're talking about a key to the game, the offensive line has got to set the tone fast, as we always say, starts up front. But not only that, but they've just got to set the tone for the season. And they're coached by one of the best in the business, Jeremy Harrell.
Yeah, and so we talk about rebuilding, but you look at the stats of this offensive line. We're looking at Richard Jackson, who's the center. He comes in, he's a junior, 260. You got Nick Batten, who is over at left guard. He's 285. John Jack, who is right beside him, he's a junior left tackle at 265. Those guys are huge. And then, of course, we got big number 77, Mr. McCullough, coming in at 305. He was a starter returning from last year.
Yep.
And then Evan Holman, who is a right tackle. That's a new name. He's a sophomore, but he's coming in at 260. And so you look at those weights, and you see them trot out on the field, and you think, man, this is rebuilding?
Mm-hmm.
It's just amazing, the product that they have here.
But that's what you try to explain to people is not just Texas football, but 5A and 6A Texas football, it's different. And rebuilding, even though they look big, it's still rebuilding technique, learning the slide step. And, one more player we want to mention on the offensive side of the ball for Texas High is Blake Rogers.
Yeah.
Looking for him to have a breakout season. The senior receiver had a great year last year, but he's had a great offseason. He's grown, I think, a couple of inches since last year, and so looking for him to have a great season. And don't sleep on Cody Reese.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you, the kid can play receiver, but he's the backup quarterback. And some of the Texas High folks that are watching may remember a name, Riley Russell. He is a gunslinger, a lot like Riley. So if something were to, we hope nothing happens to McHenry, but I'm going to tell you, the double pass could be coming from Cody Reese tonight.
Yeah, and he's a pretty good athlete. We've seen him line up at a couple positions on the football field. Just to round out the rest of the lineup, we've got Brandon Hall, who's going to play slot receiver. Nate Minnie, who will be the tight end tonight. He is a 6'4", 215 senior coming in. We saw him play a lot last year, and so he's going to get the start tonight. And then, as we said, in the backfield, McHenry and Stewart. And so let's jump over to the defensive side of the ball. Eric, who's some guys to watch on that side?
Well, you can't look at the defense on that side without looking at Derek Brown. I mean, the kid that's going to play the opposite of Clayton Smith. The defensive side has got to replace Clayton as well as the Bulldog that you talk about, and I'll leave that one for you. But Derek Brown, they're going to try to run away from him this year. I felt like Clayton being in the lineup last year exposed Derek, and they ran to his side, and he held his own. And we talked about it last year. You did a great job promoting him. And look at this. Didn't have any offers going into last year, but now he's going in, and he's going to be going to University of Texas. So
yeah, so we just look down at what we've got, and you love Jackson Halter so much, and so do I. I hate to see him gone, but it looks like number 11, Darren Finley, will be playing the Mike linebacker spot with Javarius Tyson and Tyler Harris rounding out the linebacker core. But, you know, looking at some of those guys, you know, we talk about Derek Brown, who's come in, but on the other side from him, I know you hit on him just a little bit, but Braxton White.
Yes.
He's a 225 senior, and he looked good last year. But when you've got someone like Derek Brown, and then, of course, the guy that's playing at OU now, I mean, in front of you.
Yep.
You just don't get much playing time. So we're looking for Braxton White to have a big year this year, and it's his senior year. And so, but we've got some other starters that are coming back. Marcel Beaver, who played a lot at cornerback last year, he's a pretty good guy. And then also number 4 back there, Jalen Jones. We called his name a lot last year. He's a 6'1", 185 senior playing the free safety position for the Tigers, and he's a pretty good hard hitter.
Well, and I'll tell you, Michael Thomas is probably the most improved player on the field tonight, is what I would say, because I watched him in basketball, and there was, in the basketball season, something clicked with him, understanding the competitiveness that you got to be from the inside out, or the competitor you have to be. And so I feel like he, on the defensive side of the ball, he is going to have an incredible year this year. I look for him to, if they throw to his side, it's going to be hard for to get completions on his side of the ball.
And so just to round out the starting lineup for the defense, some guys that we have not mentioned yet, the nose guard Brennan Shields, who is a 5'11", 275 junior. Right beside him, wearing number 30, Cameron Thomas at the defensive tackle position. And way back at the, I guess that they call that the weak side safety, or the let's see. We've got a free safety. I don't know what they call him, but Tyreek Robinson, he's a 186-1 senior. And so that kind of rounds out the starting defensive lineup. And from there, Eric, let's talk about some keys to the game.
Well, I think a key to the game goes back to, you know, if you flip it to, you know, we're playing Tyler High School, which, for those of you who don't know, it's John Tyler. It's a historical school. They've made some changes. You know, Tyler Lee is now Tyler Legacy. And so they've dropped the John and just call it Tyler High School. And ladies and gentlemen, here come your Tigers onto the field, and Billy's got the smoke rolling tonight.
And what a cool shot that is down there from those guys working with Tiger Vision. They're out waving the flags, and they're coming out in the all orange, the new unis with the black helmets, and man, they look good.
Boy, they sure do look good, and it's that those uniforms have been shared quite a bit this summer as they've had some photo shoots. And Coach Stanford, I'm not going to say that it resembles LSU, but I do know he's an LSU fan. We'll just leave it like that.
Well, and just quickly before we get underway, some keys to the game that we were mentioning just a minute ago. Of course, first game of the season, you want quarterback Brayson McHenry to come out, and he needs to be hot. He needs to be firing on all cylinders, the passing game, the running game, everything. And, of course, just like we talked about a little while ago, Braylon Stewart. Those two guys are going to be key factors in the game on the offensive side of the ball. They've got to feed Braylon the ball, and he's got to get positive yardage on every single carry.
And we talked about it earlier, the offensive line has got to be doing their job, and in order for those guys to have success. And then if you flip to the defensive side of the ball, just be fast to the ball, you find the ball and go to it. And I think that's going to be the key for the defense. But, you know, when you look at John Tyler, it's going to be interesting to see what their quarterback situation is going to be, because they have got two great quarterbacks, and I think you're going to see a rotation to figure out who can lead the team, because you've got a sophomore and a senior in the sophomore being Derek McFall and then the senior being Eli Holt, and both of those guys can sling it. I saw it in their scrimmage last week. Both of them threw deep, and it's going to be interesting to see what that looks like.
Yeah, and so your keys to the game tonight brought to you by State Bank, your local bank for all of your personal and business banking needs, with branches located in Atlanta, Clarksville, DeKalb, Nash, and Texarkana, and also soon to be New Boston. If you're looking to buy, build, or refinance, contact our very own game day correspondent Jay Davis at State Bank, or visit their website at statebankofdecab.com. State Bank, your bank, your family.
Well, Brian, I know last year was a COVID year. It was your first year, you and I's first year to do this, not only together, but period.
Yeah.
But you didn't get to experience the food of the press box at Texas High. And so all of a sudden I look to my right, and my man Russell here has banana pudding.
Yeah.
The banana pudding tonight is sponsored by Silver Spoon. At halftime, you're going to experience some banana pudding.
Well, there's some new faces up here with us and some faces from last year, but I see Chick-fil-A as well, and no one brought brownies. So we're just going to have to Mr. Aldridge's got to get back up here pretty quick and whip everybody into shape.
Well, our man Sanel's going to have to take care of us, man. I think he needs to he just needs to compliment brownies. Are y'all good with that? The press box said yes. Sanel, if you're listening, just send brownies. That's all we'll do.
Well, speaking of Sanel Thomas, who owns and operates the Chick-fil-A in the Central Mall, we want to give a big shout-out to him from Texarkana Game Day. He has worked out a deal where he will be feeding all of the local coaches' staff for all of their home games at lunch. Every Friday that they play in Texarkana, he'll be sponsoring a lunch for all of our local high school football coaches. So we want to make sure we give him a big shout-out. Go over and check them out at Chick-fil-A Central Mall. You can order on the app, pull up. They bring it right out to you.
So Tyler, I'm going to call him all night. The Lions will receive tonight. They're going to defer to the second half, and Texas High will receive. And so we're going to see the offense on the field first for the Tigers as we have the Battle of the Cats tonight here at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. And so it is time to rise and let's get this season started.
If you're watching at home, make sure you comment where you're watching from. We'd love to see where everybody's watching from around the area, even way off. I think we had some people over visiting different countries last year on vacation who were tuning in. Make sure you comment. Let us know where you're watching from. Also, make sure you comment who your favorite Texas High Tiger is. We'll do our best if we can get those comments on the air. We'll try to shout out your favorite player during the game, but we appreciate everyone for tuning in. Make sure that you like Texarkana Game Day on Facebook. Make sure you share this around Facebook. We are live via Facebook, YouTube, and the Game Day app, which we'll get into here in just a little while.
It'll be Jalen Jones deep for the Tigers, along with Brandon Hall and Blake Rogers, as we are set to kick and get this season underway. And great kick by the kicker, going to be received at about the 7-yard line. Jalen Jones receiving it, has room, and gets tripped up on the return.
And that tackle was made by number 34. Let's see, Denarian Cantley for the Lions.
And the kicker for the Lions is going to be Saul Perez for tonight.
Pretty big kicker. Wearing that blue and white, he reminds me of, what was that guy's name that played for Kentucky a while back? Lorenz, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And so first snap coming up.
We'll have Braylon Stewart in the backfield, going to hand it off. He's got room. He's going to have a gain of, we're going to call that 4 yards. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, and Amir Johnson, the nose guard, number 55, got through a gap in the offensive line and grabbed a hold of Stewart, but he drug him for a couple yards. That was a nice run there.
You know, it always feels good to hit somebody else, and so that's a great start for the Tigers there on that first play, and you want success here in the first drive. It's going to be Richard Jackson in at center for the Tigers. Going to fake the handoff, and he's going to be a fumble on the play as McHenry gets hit. And it is going to be a turnover for the Tigers as the Lions come up with the fumble.
And that was number 13, Alex Santiago, that came through and stripped the ball out of McHenry's hand. He came from the left side and just, I'm not sure if the back was supposed to pick him up, but a large gap in the offensive line. He came right through, didn't even try to hit McHenry. He just went for the ball and stripped it out, and it rolled around on the ground before it was finally picked up by the Lions.
So it's going to be McFall coming in at the start at quarterback along with Dewberry. He's going to be flanked to his right. As it's going to be a quarterback keeper. It's going to be well pursued and pushed out of bounds, but not before a gain of 3 yards.
Yeah, and pushed out of bounds by number 22, Michael Thomas. Number 14, well, let's see who 14 is here. Number 14, C.J. Brown, is in playing linebacker right now. Looks like there were some late changes here to our linebacker core.
We apologize, folks. It is first game, so we're trying to get everything set. So we apologize. Sometimes things change depending on the circumstance of the game.
And he's actually playing back at the safety position.
Going to be 2nd down and 8 as the Tigers jump off sides almost, but didn't get called on it. And great pursuit by the Tigers as everybody was covered deep. He's going to be forced out of bounds, going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, and the wheel linebacker, number 27, Javarius Tyson, chasing down the quarterback as he tried to get out and gain some yardage. He did a good job containing him there.
Tell you what, these uniforms remind me when we were in Nacogdoches last year, and all the coaches had on that color, but it was raining that night. I don't know if you remember that, but we got confused on where the down markers were as we were looking across the field.
That's right.
So they're going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Lions. Ball spotted at the 17-yard line of the Tigers. McFall back to pass. He's going to get pressure, directs traffic, and is going to overthrow his receiver, and that's going to bring up 4th down, and I look for the Lions to kick it.
Yeah, and Jalen Jones in coverage there, the free safety. He rolled out with the back. That was a good job by him to pick the back up. They tried to run a little wheel route with the back down the sideline, and it just was not there. Good job by the secondary for the Tigers.
So Perez in the kick. It's going to be it looks like it's going to be a 24-yard field goal. Kick is up. And just enough, and it's going to be 3-0 Lions with 10:44 left in the first quarter as the Lions convert that turnover into 3 points. So we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these messages.
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new Curbside Banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with Curbside Banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
And we're back. The most active player for this game so far has been Perez, as Blake Rogers wisely lets it go out of bounds. Going to be a penalty. And so that's going to give the Tigers great field position as they'll start from the 35-yard line.
Yeah, I want to give a big shout out to our scoreboard sponsor, same one as last year, and a great sponsor they are, Commercial National Bank. We appreciate them. And so give them a shout for any of your banking needs. And so we sure do appreciate them for being the scoreboard sponsor for the Texas High Tigers.
Looking down tonight, great crowd. Great to see people in the stands once again as as it's going to be a great year. So I originally said the 35-yard line. Let's go take that through the 30-yard line. So it's going to be Braylon Stewart in the backfield once again with Rogers, Reese, and Hall as receivers. Going to hit Rogers on the out, and he's going to break free, and he's going to have a gain of 8. It's going to bring up 2nd down and 2.
First pass of the year. Rogers does a great job catching it, getting outside, and getting what he can get. But after a gain of about 8, number 17, Zayshawn Williams, the cornerback, makes the tackle.
You know, when you get hit like that, you've got to get quick outs, and that slows that defensive line down and keeps the linebackers in place. Should be a flag on that play, but we're not going to see one as the receiver got run over, and Coach Stanford usually don't say anything like that, but that was pretty obvious there on that one.
Well, not sure. I wasn't watching them until the ball got over close to him. Not sure if they kind of tangled each other up or whatnot, but no flag on the play, and so it will bring up 3rd down.
So it's going to bring up 3rd down and 3. It was a gain of 7 earlier. The officials called it back a little bit, but it's 3rd down and 3. It's been all passing in this second series for the Tigers. Going to fake the handoff. McHenry looks to throw, but he's going to keep it, and he's got a lot of room, and he's going to have a 1st down. Going to be brought down at the 42-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Tigers inside the line territory.
Yeah, the middle linebacker, Jacron Lacey, chases him down. 205, 6-foot senior linebacker wearing number 25, finally chases him down, but not after a good scramble by Brayson McHenry.
And that's good. That's the difference in Brayson from last year to this year. Last year, just kind of running was not. But I'm telling you, this year he's put on a lot of weight, grown 2 inches. He's in great shape and has studied the game hard. And it's going to be great. Like there's conversations that he and Coach Stanford are having this year that are at a whole different level.
Yeah, and he was flying down the field right there. And that 1st down, speaking of flying, is going to be brought to you by Flying Burger. Make sure you go over and visit them here in Texarkana. You know, I'm from Magnolia, and you've been over there before, but the Flying Burger, man, what a great place to eat.
Yeah, it is. It's real good. I was there last night.
Fish. Have they brought the wings back? You know, originally that's why it was Flying Burger, burgers and wings, but they took the wings away for a while.
Who knows? You know, we probably need to ask Chris Gabrielle. He can tell us.
But nonetheless, we appreciate Flying Burger for being a sponsor of Texarkana Game Day. And the Tigers break the huddle, and they're coming back out for another 1st down.
Appreciate Brian Doty for bringing that to Texarkana. Branched out from Magnolia and brought it to here, so we appreciate it very much. Great restaurant. Go check them out. Reese is going to be in motion, going to hand it off to Stewart. Stewart's going to be upended, but not before a gain of 5 yards.
Ladarius Franklin, the linebacker, wearing number 16, upended Braylon there, and that may be how they have to take on Braylon Stewart this year, is just go low, because if you bow up with him and go head up, it may not work out for you.
You know, last year he got shook up, got hurt, but I'll tell you what, this year he's come in and he's playing great football this year so far. Man, look at that in the middle of the line, doing great. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 1. Man, what a run by him.
Absolutely, and there was a whole host of Lions that tackled him there, but number 8, Xavier Tatum, the free safety, and so you know if the free safety's tackling you, you got some yards there. What a great play by Braylon Stewart.
Going to bring up 3rd down and 2. Ball is spotted at the 34-yard line. Going to bring in Jaden Kelly there, number 45, and they're going to hand it off to Stewart again, and he's got room. And that offensive line, man, they're doing their job so far tonight.
Yeah, number 10, Jacob Villa, coming in the game there for the Lions, making the stop. He's in at the linebacker position, but not after Braylon Stewart gets a good chunk of yards there for another Tiger 1st down.
He keeps running like that, he will set the record this year.
Yeah, he keeps running like that. Brayson McHenry may not throw another pass.
Why throw it when you can hand it off? So they're going to send Braylon Stewart into motion, but they're going to have extra motion on the line. And so it's going to be a false start on the Tigers. Wait for the signal, but the far line judge said false start.
False start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty, first down.
So Jeremy Harrell's like, you got to back up, you got to hold, you got to stay put. You know, he's down there coaching them up. And Jeremy's had his work cut out for him this year. You know, I mean, it's just a rebuild year. Guys learning how to do it and how to, you know, it's not just fire off and hit somebody. Sometimes you got to pass block, and that's a little different in this league.
Yeah, and the first ball game of the year, just the second series. The first series didn't last but 2 plays. So it's going to take a little while for those young guys to get some of this jitters out. And here we go, another false start on the almost every offensive lineman. They are just not on the same page right now with Brayson McHenry.
If every offensive lineman took off, then that means the center must have messed up, is what I would guess.
So Brayson McHenry showing his senior leadership, settling everyone down. It's going to be first down and 20 for the Tigers. I do look for McHenry to air it out a little bit here, see if they can pick up some of those yards that they've lost on this penalties.
Yep. Here we go. Bad snap. McHenry's going to scramble, and he's going to throw it away. Just a lot of miscommunication right now up front, and that's what we talked about. They started out great, and now all of a sudden they've got to kind of bring it back together.
And McHenry was actually looking at the sideline when that snap came to him. They are just not on the same page right now, and McHenry's, you know, looking over. I don't know if the band's got a little something to do with it. They're playing over there, the Lion Band, and so this is where you really find out who your players are when adversity slaps you in the face. We'll see what they do here on a big second down.
Great snap. McHenry back to pass. Great feet. Going to hit it across the middle. It's going to be Reese, as he's going to get a big chunk of the penalty yards back and even inside the sticks.
And number 2, Cameron Key, the cornerback, chases him all the way across the field and makes the tackle.
So we went from 2nd and 20 to 3rd and 6, and so it's 3rd and manageable. And so now back in business once again, and that's the difference in having a senior leader at quarterback.
McHenry trying to draw him off sides there. It didn't work, but the good thing for McHenry, none of the offense jumped, so they are back. Wouldn't be surprised to see them go over there one-on-one. They were not going there. They were going to go across the middle to number 13.
He was open.
Yeah, Brandon Hall. They had 2 safeties. One of their safeties, I don't believe, was in the right spot.
So we've got a timeout on the field, Brian, so we're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back right after these messages from our sponsors. You're watching.
I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We have expanded to increase our outstanding services for our community. We're open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're a full-service emergency department and are now offering inpatient services and outpatient imaging. Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, real ER without the wait, where your hometown physician owners are always here for you.
Welcome back. We're live at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park here on the beautiful campus of Texas High School. We've got a 0-0 game, and we are just out of a timeout. That timeout was brought to you by Amcare. Go over and see Amcare over by the Texarkana Game Day headquarters, and go over and see them for your medical needs.
So they're going to bring in, looks like Trent Kelly. Trent Kelly is going to be in the backfield as well, and that's going to help with protection. And the ball's going to be caught, looks like right at the first down marker, but it looks like maybe just a little bit short. That ball is caught by number 19, Jake McGuire.
I think I'll have to say this. I think it was number 18, Nate Minnie. I'm just going to say that. We don't have a replay tonight, but I know that his mother will be really upset with me if we don't call his catch, and I think he was a little short. Coach Stanford wanted a little better spot out of that, but I do think he was a little short.
Yep. So go hand it off to Braylon Stewart, go give it to him, and he's going to have the first down and more. It's going to be 1st and goal. Ball's going to be at the 6-yard line. What a way to bounce back from 2nd and 20 a while ago.
Yeah, number 7, Montrell Wade, he climbed on and went for a ride for about 5 yards there. And when it's 3rd and short, what do you do when you have the best back in the state?
Just give him the football.
That's right.
Just hand him the football. So 1st down and goal. Ball is at the 7-yard line. Going to fake it, and it's going to be a score. Touchdown, Tigers! McHenry in for the touchdown as he's got his first one of the year, and you would think it would be passing, but no, folks, it is rushing as he faked the ball to Braylon Stewart and took it in himself. Great read there by Braylon Stewart. And so we've got a new kicker this year, going to be Austin Miller coming in. Deep snapper is going to be Tyler Harris, and the holder is going to be Blake Rogers. So Austin Miller in for the point attempt after. Kick is up, and the kick is good. And with 6:24 left in the first quarter, Texas High leads 7-3. We're going to take a break after these messages. You're watching Tiger football right here on Texarkana Game Day and Tiger Vision.
This is Brian from Flying Burger and Seafood, inviting you to join us for the fastest and freshest casual dining experience in Texarkana. Whether you're hungry for a freshly ground hamburger, the tastiest fried catfish, or some of our amazing grilled seafood or chicken, we have what you want, just the way you like it, and always with a smile. Fast, casual dining, just the way you like it. Flying Burger and Seafood, Summerhill Road. Oh yeah, don't forget to top it off with the biggest, baddest cinnamon roll you've ever had. See you soon.
We are back here at Tiger Stadium where the Tigers lead 7-3. Man, for you folks that are listening or watching, we really appreciate you watching today. My friend Scott Sanders just texted in. He was listening to a voice of an angel. He must be talking about you, Brian.
I guess so.
Yeah. So the Tigers, you know, they're playing tonight, and unless we find somebody, they're off next week. Well, I don't know if you would call it off. I'm going to call it a win, because the Tigers aren't playing Arkansas once again, but they're supposed to play over there, but the game got canceled. So
this kickoff brought to you by Sport Clips. Hopefully no clips on this play.
yeah, going to be a fumble, and going to be recovered. Number 18, Ashad Walker, fumbles the ball there, but quickly gets back on it. Going to bring the offense for the Lions back out, as well as the Tiger defense, obviously. And it's going to be McFall's going to come back in at quarterback, as he is the sophomore that everybody's kind of talking about over at Tyler High School. It's going to be Ashad Walker. Going to be trips to the right. Going to get it out quickly. He's going to be brought down after a gain of 3 yards. That ball was caught by number 7, Montrell Wade.
Yeah, number 4, Jalen Jones, the free safety, coming in, making a good tackle in the open field. He only got 2 or 3 yards there. He could have got a lot more, but a great tackle there by Jones.
You know, Tyler comes in after a dismal season last year of 2-7, only won those 2 games in district. As Coach Holmes, this is his 10th season at Tyler High School. Last year, the Tigers beat the Lions 41-21, as they're looking to repeat that tonight. As McFall is going to keep it and try to get the first down. It looks like he might be about a yard short as he stepped out of bounds. Make that 2 yards short. So it's going to be third down and 3, so 3 yards short. We'll get it right here in a minute.
Yeah, and Braxton White, number 7, running him out of bounds there. The senior defensive end for the Tigers. Just couldn't quite get there to stop him in the backfield, but he did run him out before he got the first down.
I'm enjoying the signal caller on the other side of the sidelines. He has highlighter gloves on as he's trying to signal in. That ball is going to be thrown behind the line of scrimmage, and he is immediately going to be met as it's received by Montrell Wade, but he is met by the defense very quickly.
Absolutely, and that's number 4, Jalen Jones, a free safety coming in again. And so far, at least on this series, he was a sure tackle. And so a great job when you can go out in the open field like that. and just make a tackle, and you're a sure guy on that. And so what a great job by Jalen Jones.
Speaking of Jalen Jones, Jones back deep along with Brandon Hall to receive the punt. And if I get a number for the Lions punter, it's the jerseys are kind of crinkling up a little bit or wrinkled. You can't really tell what the number is. Low snap, but it's going to be number 19. Number 19, Gonzalez on the kick. It's going to be down at the 48-yard line, and the Tigers will take over once again, and they're looking to score here and start piling on points, as it looks like the offensive line has gotten away. Coach Hawk, early season coaching, as he's over to Brandon Hall saying, hey, you need to get away from that football. Don't try to run up and make a heroic play. Run away from the football and let it bounce.
Yeah, and before the Tigers start this series, we want to give a big shout out to Texas Farm Bureau. If you need any insurance on the Texas side of Texarkana, go over and give the agents over at Texas Farm Bureau a big shout.
Going to fake the jet there. Going to give that look from Brandon Hall and go hand it off to Braylon Stewart up the middle. He's going to have a gain of 4 yards. Going to bring up, or gain of 5 yards, second down and 5. You know what you and I need? We need a spotter up here. That's what we need. Then that way we don't even have to think about it. They just start feeding us stuff. Kind of like banana pudding. They just start feeding us banana pudding.
Yeah.
Going to hand it off once again to Braylon Stewart. He's going to be hitting the backfield, going to break a tackle, and they still can't bring him down. Going to drag 3 guys, and they're going to get back to the original line of scrimmage. Going to bring up third down and 5.
Yeah, number 21, Andre Williams, was the first one. He's a junior playing linebacker. He got back there in the backfield and hit Braylon, and then a host of Lions came on in there and dropped him in the backfield.
A host of Lions.
A host of, what do you call those, a pride?
Pride. There you go.
Yeah.
McHenry fakes the hard count, looks to the sideline to get the signal as a couple of the coaches are signal in. So seeing Coach Sutton, we want to welcome him here. He's an alum here, and this is his first year of coaching here at Texas High. He's doing the running backs. Braylon breaks free. He's going to run. He is going to be out of bounds. He's going to have enough for a first down, man. His legs are good this year.
Yeah, what a great job there by that new offensive line. They held him off with Braylon Stewart there in the backfield helping block, and he had all day, but the Lions had pretty good coverage downfield, and Brayson decided, well, I'm not going to throw it away. I got these nice looking white cleats on. Let's put them to work.
That's right. Looking like Billy White Shoes Johnson out
That's
there.
That's right. Booby Miles.
For you old-timers back there. Braylon Stewart gets the carry once again. Going to slide 1 tackle, but going to be brought down, but not before a gain of 2 yards.
And you want to hear a good football name? He was brought down by number 3, Demarion Dewberry.
Demarion, that's it, man.
Demarion Dewberry.
I bet they go by DD right there, So, all right, got second down and 9. We're all calling all the yardages off, folks. It's second down and 9. Hand it off to Stewart once again. He's got room up the left side, and he's going to be run out of bounds. Going to be out of bounds at the 12-yard line. I thought he had a chance to score there.
Yeah, number 2, Cameron Key, the cornerback, barely stuck his cleat in the ground and chased Braylon down, or that was going to be a touchdown for the guys in orange.
Tell you what, I'm liking this offensive line, how they're responding this year. It does not look like a rebuild year. They're doing a great job, and so it looks like that. Looks like that the Lions are going to take a second timeout here in the first quarter with 2:42 left. Tigers lead 7-3. We're going to take a timeout with them. You're watching Tiger football on Texarkana Game Day in partnership with Tiger Vision.
Welcome to Eagle Dental Center's location on Moores Lane in Texarkana. Owned and operated by local dentists, each room is well appointed with a clean and inviting environment. Clinical technology has advanced, and so have we. Using the latest equipment and techniques, we adhere to all CDC guidelines. Our doctors are here for you and will carefully listen to your concerns to improve your oral health. To join the Eagle Dental family, visit our website, eagledentaltxk.com.
Welcome back to Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. We've got 2:42 left to go in the first quarter. The Tigers lead 7-3 over the Tyler Lions. And there was a timeout called, and they're going to trot back on the field. Quarterback Brayson McHenry leading out a new running back. Let's see who that is. Number 32.
It's going to be Trent Kelly.
Trent Kelly.
Kelly's just moved over here this year. And so going to get it out, going to sprint out, going to hit the H-back, number 45. And that's going to be Jaden Kelly. And he's going to be run out of bounds at about the half-yard line. Going to bring up first down and goal.
Yeah, and I think they got a first down there. And so, man, you're on the 1 foot yard or yard line, and you got 4 downs. Kelly's going to be met right at the goal line. Did he get in? They're going to say he got stopped short. Number 10. Let's see. I'm going to have to go back to my depth chart here. Number 10, Jacob Villa, comes in and makes the big hit. And now we've got Braylon Stewart back in the game.
Braylon Stewart back in the game. It's going to be a double. It's going to be stack on the side. Going to be a false start on. It's going to be on the left. Excuse me, on the right guard. You hate to call a kid's name for that one, but that's going to be McCullough, the senior. But he'll respond. I promise you, he will come back and fix it. So we're going to bring up 2nd down and 6. Texas High on that last play had like a double stack. They had like a tight end and then the H-back right behind it. It looked like they were going to run strength to that side. Now they move it to the opposite side. Bring Stewart. Going to hand the ball off to him, and he's going to cut it back, and he's going to be in for the score. Touchdown, Tigers.
What a great run play there by the Texas Tigers. That touchdown brought to you by Total Medical Supply. We appreciate them for being a touchdown sponsor for Texarkana Game Day.
So Austin Miller in to attempt the point after. Blake Rogers to hold, as well as Tyler Harris as the deep snapper. Don't forget, folks, join us at halftime for the band, both band performances, as well as the Tiger King, the Cowbell King this year, none other than Billy Lavender.
Absolutely, and the extra point up and good. That extra point brought to you by Rocasa. We appreciate them for being one of our extra point sponsors this year for Texarkana Game Day. And we're going to stay or we're going to go?
We're going to stay right here. So 14-3 in favor of the Tigers. Hey,
we're all up here debating what we're going to do.
That's right.
First game of the year.
That's right. That's right. You folks that are watching at home, man, we appreciate you joining us for year 2 of us getting to call games. Thanks to the UIL for allowing us to do live stream games. You know, I'm a big proponent of it, especially not for just locals, but for people that are grandparents and family members of these kids that are off in other states. I think it's great for them to be able to watch.
Yeah, and we've got people watching from everywhere. I know we got kicked offline a little earlier when another one of our games came online, but I know we had somebody watching from Alabama. That's the furthest I've seen someone watching away. So if you are listening to our live stream, comment in the comment section. Let us know where you're watching from. We love to see where everyone is watching from. And before this next kickoff, we want to give a big shout out to Tiger Vision. We've got students here working the cameras, working things up here in the booth, and so just a great job that they do. Like Eric said, our 2nd year working with them here, and it's just been awesome. They put on a great production, and we could not do it here at Texas High without Tiger Vision.
Well, Mr. A's had to be out this week. I know that he's watching and want to let you know that we're praying for your quick recovery, but I'm going to tell you his students have stepped up, and they haven't missed a beat this year. Austin Miller is going to kick that ball out of bounds. Don't know that Coach Stanford is really excited about that because that ball went out. That's going to give the Lions really good field position.
Yeah, I actually think if you saw on the screen, some of the guys were moving around and acting like they were lined up in the wrong position. I was actually watching the coaching staff. I think that was a designed play, and then they were going to pooch it over here. They were just trying to get everyone's attention off of what the kicker was doing with all of that movement, but nonetheless, he kicked it out of bounds.
Free kick, out of bounds. Kicking team.
So as I was talking about Coach Sutton, this is his first year here. He's come in. He was at Louisiana Tech. He was a student assistant there, got to work under Skip Holt at Louisiana Tech, and then comes in as a running backs coach. And I want to congratulate him being an alum from here at Texas High, being on the coaching staff. Man, phenomenal young coach and does a great job. Really proud of him.
Yeah, we've got some folks tuning in from Tyler. We appreciate everyone for tuning in over in Texas City, Texas. We've got Oklahoma City. We've got Little Rock. We appreciate everybody for tuning in.
So going to be a handoff in the backfield. It's going to be number 1, Potts, and he has to scramble to get back and gain 2 yards, but there's going to be a face mask on the play. But we've got to change at quarterback as we expected tonight, and they brought in Eli Holt, the senior, 6'1", 185, and to see if he can spark this offense a little bit.
Yeah, and a good run there by the Lions, but he's going to be brought down finally by number 31, a new face to the defense this year. He's going to be the strong side linebacker, Tyler Harris.
So great pursuit by the Tigers on that last play. Going to send a man in motion as he is back to pass. He gets it out in the flat, and he is going to get blown up, and that is going to be received by Cameron Key.
Again, someone came off and took the quarterback and let the running back wide open out in the flats. He caught it and made it up the sideline for a nice gain. Took a little lick right there at the end by number 22, Michael Thomas.
Tell you what, you talk about hitting hard. A kid will think twice about catching the ball the next time on that side of the field when you get hit hard a little bit. So going to be 2 backs in the backfield as Holt is in at quarterback for the Lions. Going to hand it off to number 1, Potts. Potts is going to be brought down near a first down mark. He's going to have a helmet off by number 11 there. He's going to come out of the game.
Looks like it's going to be just a little short, and finally showing his face tonight's number 3, Derek Brown. He wraps him up in the backfield, keeping him from getting the first down, and drives him back for no gain. So it's going to be 3rd down and 1.
It's going to be Finley coming out of the game. Tyler Thomas will come in to replace him. So it's going to be 3rd and 1. Tigers look to hold here as Holt has kind of brought a spark to this Lions offense, counting down here in the first quarter of the game. Inside 10 seconds left in the quarter. Holt's going to hand it off. He's going to have enough for the first down as Lacey for the carry, and that's going to bring us to the end of the first quarter as the Tigers lead 14-3. We're going to take a break. We'll be back shortly with the second quarter. You're watching Tiger football right here on Texarkana Game Day along with Tiger Vision.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Welcome to Texarkana Physical Therapy, DeKalb and New Boston Physical Therapy's newest location. Because we're a family-owned clinic, we have the ability to offer some unique accommodations for patients, extended hours, including weekend availability, flexible payment plans, and we provide every patient the personal cell phone number of one of our therapists for 24/7 accessibility. We look forward to seeing you at our newest location at 5602 Richmond Road, Texarkana, Texas.
Welcome back. We are about to be underway with the second quarter of the first game here at Tiger Stadium. We are Texarkana Game Day live here in Texarkana. We appreciate State Bank for being the sponsor of the first quarter tonight, and as we head into the second quarter with this snap, Eric, take it away.
It's going to be Holt going deep, and he's got a man, and it's going to be caught, and it's going to be touchdown Lions as Wade catches that ball, celebrates a little bit, kind of waiting to make sure there's not an unsportsmanlike penalty there for the celebration, but just beat the cornerback deep.
Yeah, and what they did there, the quarterback rolled back and just threw it up as far as he could. Number 22, Michael Thomas, turned around and looked at the ball and actually just stumbled a little bit and couldn't quite catch back up with the receiver. It wasn't, not to say anything about the pass and the catch by Tyler, but I mean, it was just thrown up there for anybody to grab, and the cornerback stumbled just a little bit, but nonetheless, it's a touchdown for Tyler.
And Perez, after a busy first 2 minutes of the first quarter, comes in to kick the extra point. That's going to bring the score 14-10 in favor of the Tigers with 11:51 left here in the second quarter.
And that field goal there going to be brought to you by Eagle Dental tonight.
Extra point,
excuse me. The extra point brought to you by Eagle Dental. We appreciate them for being a sponsor for Texarkana Game Day.
You get extra points if you go to Eagle Dental and you don't have cavities, right? You get to go to the toy chest.
That's right.
Brian?
That's right. That's right. While we got a break, we appreciate State Bank for being the sponsor of the first quarter tonight. The second quarter of the night is going to be brought to you by Gregor Auto Group. The Gregor Auto Group wants to answer your questions to ensure you see all the benefits that come from choosing Gregor Auto Group for your next purchase. They have various locations to make it easy for you to find one of their dealerships near you. Some of their locations include Longview, Texarkana, and Destin, Florida. Go view the wide selection offered by Gregor Auto Group at gregorauto.com. Gregor Auto, exceeding expectations.
The Lions with it, going to kick it deep. Going to be Jalen Jones deep as he receives the kick. He's going to run into his own man as he had room here on the left side, but he's going to run into his own man and be brought down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, and Xavier Tatum on the tackle there. We've called his name a couple times tonight. He likes to get his nose in there.
So I want to let you know that Tiger Vision, we've got a technical director is going to be Emma Burns. It's going to be assistant technical director Trinity Morin, and the camera is Gavin Mitchell tonight. We want to thank those students for all of their hard work and making things work tonight and making us look good.
We appreciate them for being here, but we don't appreciate them for not feeding us. So.
That's right. That's right. Braylon Stewart on the carry, going to be brought down after a gain of, I'm going to say 3 yards on that.
And we talk about Tiger Vision all the time, and I know there's not a camera up here where you can see what's actually going on, but there's cables and TVs and screens and all kinds of buttons and knobs, and they're working all kinds of stuff up here. So a big shout out to them. People really don't know what all they do.
Yeah. Braylon Stewart with a hard run. I'm going to tell you, if he keeps running like this, it's going to be a special season for him. Going to be enough for a first down. After a pickup, I'm going to call it 12 yards.
And Braylon Johnson, the senior safety that's in the game for the Lions now, coming up with the tackle, but not after a good run and a first down by Stewart.
You know, we talked about keys to the game is that offensive line, and, buddy, this run game is special tonight as they have done a great job up front for the Tigers. It's going to be Trent Kelly on the carry as he comes in to relieve Braylon.
And he got a couple more yards than he did on that first play from Kelly, and so he's in. He's a shifty guy. He's not the guy that you let run on the 1 yard line, but out in the open field, he's pretty fast.
Oh, looks like McHenry was trying to throw the ball and wanted to pull it back, but yet the ball slipped out of his hand. They're going to say his arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Fortunate there for the Tigers.
Yeah, and McHenry I think he was going deep for Blake Rogers over there, and Blake Rogers stopped and ran somewhat of a comeback route, and so Rogers was about to let the ball fly and then saw Blake Rogers stop, and he tried to stop himself mid-motion, and thank goodness that wasn't grabbed up by one of those linebackers.
I don't know if you've been around Blake Rogers, but, man, just an easygoing kid, humble, and takes everything in stride. He's fun to be around. Going to hit Reese across the middle. It's going to be a first down as McHenry is looking in great form tonight as he hits Reese coming across the middle. Going to be a first down for the Tigers. Ball spotted at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, number 24, Marquette Martin making the tackle there, but not after a good job on a pass and catch from McHenry to Reese.
Going to be Kelly once again up the middle, a little shifty there. Going to have a gain of 6.
And I'm afraid we're going to call Cody Reese's name quite a bit this year. He's a junior, only 175 pounds, but man, is he shifty.
And I'm going to tell you, if he is the quarterback next year, I'm not saying he is, but if he is, getting him varsity experience is going to really settle him down for next year.
Yep.
Just being on the field.
Absolutely. And so, man, what another weapon you can put out there with Blake Rogers. And he's got good hands. Cody Reese catching that with his hands, not his arms, and I'm good-looking kid.
Going to be a huge hole up the left side as Braylon Stewart runs through it and is going to have enough for a first down.
Yep. And after the first down marker, the stop was made by number 33, Demarion Dewberry.
There's that name again, Dewberry.
Yeah, but the bad thing is we say it after the first down is made.
Just want to say I had a friend of mine text me that he's watching tonight. Gary Early had open heart surgery a few weeks ago, is doing well. Wish him a speedy recovery, and I appreciate his kind comments tonight. So Braylon Stewart brought down hard.
Yeah, number 10, Jacob. Okay, well, the announcer, I don't think either one of us know how to pronounce it, so I'm going to say Valia. And so he comes crashing in unblocked and just gets a hand on a shoelace of the back for Texas High, brings him down for no gain on the play.
Vanilla.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah.
Going to be a flag on the play. Going to be a false start on the Tigers. Get the confirmation here.
False start. Offense, number 72.
You know, Brian, you and I talked a lot last year, you being a former coach, between week 1 and week 2. I think that's the biggest jump that you make all year long. Things like this, false starts, those little things that can add up.
Yeah, because even scrimmage games and stuff that you play preseason, like what we came out and watched last week, I mean, even though you're hitting someone else and you're playing a different team, it's still not live, like real game live. And so there will be a lot of mistakes made tonight, but there will be a lot of
Kenner goes deep. He is Rogers. Touchdown, Tigers.
And I just had to stop mid-sentence because I saw that going, and what a pass from McHenry.
They have worked all summer together, throwing each other. The two seniors, one senior to the other. Touchdown, Tigers. Going to bring the score 20-10 as Austin Miller comes on for the point attempt after.
We don't have your Texar Federal Credit Union replay tonight, but that's one that I'm sure Texarkana Game Day will have as a highlight after the game. What a great pitch and catch from McHenry to Rogers.
I see our man Cowbell Billy down there. He is 11 rows up, and he's got that cowbell rolling. He told me he's got two, one for each hand.
And that extra point is going to be brought to you by Texana Bank. We appreciate them for being a sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
We're going to take a quick break where your Tigers are leading the Lions 21-10 here with 8:13 left in the second quarter. We'll be back after these messages.
If you're thinking of building or remodeling, start your project with Red River Lumber and the Design Center. Our full-line lumber yards are stocked with the building materials you need for your project. The Design Center offers doors and windows, flooring, cabinetry, countertops, appliances, and more. And our team will help guide your project every step of the way. Take advantage of our custom kitchen design service. We'll help visualize your project with a 3D rendering of how your new space will look. Red River Lumber and the Design Center is proud to be a Day One sponsor of Texarkana Game Day.
And welcome back here to Tigers Stadium at Grimm Park, where the Tigers lead 21-10 after a tremendous throw by McHenry to Rogers on the connection. As Austin Miller is in to kick it off for the Tigers, going to kick it deep. And that ball is going to be fumbled into the end zone as number 6 is going to be Dominic Rhodes as he fumbles it into the end zone. Brian, you got something about an app over there.
Yeah, and so this year, the first year that Texarkana Game Day has come out with their app, you can go over to the App Store and download it for free. They send out all kinds of notifications for your favorite teams around the area. You can get on there and look at schedules and see rosters, all kinds of things like that. The new Texarkana Game Day app, it's free over in the App Store. You can also watch live broadcast from the app this year, so you do not have to watch them on Facebook or YouTube, even though we love you to, but you can also go to your Game Day app and pull up all of our live streams throughout the season. So make sure that you go over and download the brand new Texarkana Game Day app.
So Brian and I look forward to seeing you on Facebook, YouTube, or the app. Going to be a stoppage of play here. Going to be, looks like a penalty. It's going to be Tyler's final timeout of the half, as they had some issues there on offense. That's not good when you're coming off after plenty of time to get your play started and all that coming in, but it looks like they had some issues, so we've got a timeout.
Yeah, and we're not going to have the Texar Federal Credit Union replay for you tonight, but every timeout is going to be brought to you by Texar tonight. So we appreciate all of our folks over at Texar Federal Credit Union. Texar is a community-first credit union which serves members in and around the Texarkana area since 1951. Texar employs almost 100 people from the area and today serves the citizens of Cass, Bowie, Little River, Miller, Red River, and Lamar counties. So go over and visit them at gotexar.com.
Throughout tonight, we'll be giving you some scores from around the area as Nashville's taking on Pleasant Grove over at Hawk Stadium, as well as Liberty Ilo has traveled to a district, or they've traveled to Texas High's district to Pine Tree. So we'll be keeping you updated on those scores throughout the night, as well as other scores from around the area as they are getting started, because they started 30 minutes after us. We had a 7 o'clock start. Most of those teams started at 7:30. It's going to be an incomplete pass as pressure by the Texas High defense on as Holt threw it away as he's back in at quarterback.
Yeah, and Coach Stanford wanting an intentional grounding penalty there. There was not anyone within about 30 yards of that, but the ref said that he was trying to get it to someone, so I guess the intent counts.
Or he was trying to throw it away. He was trying to throw it to the first row, I think. That's the only person I know. So it's going to be caught by Williams on the sideline as he steps out. Going to bring up 3rd down and 4.
Yeah, no one around him. Williams did catch that pass and stepped right out of bounds. I think he was anticipating being hit, but number 15, Marcel Beaver, was dropped back a little further in coverage, and he could have turned and got the first down.
When that ball went out of his hand, I thought we were about to have a pick six. I missed Williams there because I was reading that corner.
So now they're going to walk up and press Beaver on the far side of the field. They're going to bring one linebacker. This one going to be out of the reach of the receiver.
I thought they were going to possibly get Brown, D. Brown there on the jump, but he didn't get across the line, and so it's going to bring up 4th down and 4. Going to send in the punting unit as the Tigers defense made another stand.
And number 4, Jalen Jones in coverage there. He was right on the Tyler receiver, and so even if he would have caught it, I believe Jones would have taken him down before the first down marker, but nonetheless, the punt unit comes on the field.
So in the punt, once again, for the Lions, looks like it's going to be Gonzalez back to punt. Going to hit Jalen Jones once again, as he has been the returner for tonight, and is going to be a flag on the play. Looks like in the area of possibly a holding. There's flags from all directions there.
I want to make sure we let everyone know we appreciate them for tuning in here on Texarkana Game Day, whether you're watching at one of the local restaurants or via Facebook, YouTube, or the app. We appreciate you for tuning in to Texas High football tonight.
So for some of you that noticed, Derek Brown last year wore number 41. This year he switched to number 3. I remember number 3 well, Chris Lyles. I know he's probably watching out there somewhere. I remember him wearing number 3 back in the day, but Derek Brown has chose to wear number 3. So for you folks that are looking for 41, that number has changed this year. It's going to be a hold on the Tigers. Going to be back them up a little bit. With 7:38 left in the second quarter, Texas High leads 21-10.
You don't want to miss our halftime show. We're going to have the bands, and then also we're going to have what are we calling him today? Razorback Billy,
Cowbell Billy.
Cowbell Billy. Okay, it's different every day. So we got Cowbell Billy. He'll come up and join us hopefully for about five or so minutes before we head into the second half. But we always look forward to doing that. Did you catch his video today?
I did.
Man, what a
goofy,
a fun guy.
He's
a fun
just
guy.
Fun, goofy. It's all the same.
That's right.
Did you see that Braylon's going to be tripped up in the backfield? Going to be a loss of 1. We're going to bring up third down and 6.
Yeah, Denarian Cantley getting in the backfield and reaching out and just getting a hold of the shoelace of Braylon Stewart, but it was enough to bring him down for a loss on the play.
Did you see the video of him trying to dance like the guys when they introduced him? I just at the watermelon supper.
You know what? I said it on the Wednesday show the other day. You and I give Billy such a hard time because we're friends with him.
That's right.
But, you know, not every school has a Billy Lavender.
No, they don't.
There is no – I mean, people just don't know what he does behind the scenes to make this stuff happen.
McHenry with the sweet moves there. Looked like a little Romo there on the moves. Going to be run out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Going to bring up 4th down and 1. And what is Stanford going to do here? Is he going to go? I think he's going to go for it, as they kept the offense on the field, and Tyler's got confusion, and they're trying to snap it, and they jump off sides. So we're going to see what the call is here.
There were too many people on the field, so if they just could have snapped the ball, they were going to have a first down.
So it's going to bring up 4th down and 6, and so that's going to bring on the punting unit, as the Tigers had exactly what they wanted with the Lions having too many men on the field.
Cody Reese back to kick for Texas High.
So the Tigers, of course, with it being the first regular season game, this is exactly what we thought we would see. You know, some great burst from the Tigers and then a little bit of sloppy play, but it's much expected from the first game of the year.
So going to be Reese in as the punter for this year. So the athlete that he is a phenomenal athlete.
That's a good guy to have back there that could take off running with it at any moment.
Or sling it.
Yeah.
That's country right there. We sling it.
That's right.
We don't throw the ball, we sling it.
Looks like we're having a little trouble getting one of our cameras focused there.
So
there we go.
Hey, man, I'm telling you, these Tiger Vision students, they
That's
know
right. They're
what
on
they
it.
are doing.
They are on it.
So Braxton White here is, looks like Derek Brown's going to stand up on the other side. Holt's going to sling it out, going to get it out to number 0. May be McFall, the other quarterback. Kind of reminds me a little bit of what Crosby did last year in the playoffs. It looks like we're going to have a flag on the play, going to back it up, going to be holding.
Yeah, a little hold out there on the outside linebacker, and Marcel Beaver, he got away from it and made the stop. But there's going to be a flag, and it's going to back them up, and so that's a good break there for the Tiger defense.
Well, that's probably, as most people would say, that's probably the reason that he made the gain that he did, because of the hole. So it's going to be first down and 15. Scoreboard said 16, but we're going to go 15. Going to be trips to the left, single to the right. Going to hand it off up the middle. It's going to be handed off to 33 Dewberry, Demarion Dewberry.
Playing both sides of the ball. Number 24, let me see. That's Nathan Tyler Moore, who is in for the Tigers on defense. Looks like he's in over at the defensive end position.
So the Tigers
he makes
defense,
the stop.
Tigers defense, depending on the situation, man, they move guys around a lot. So even though they may be a Mike linebacker, they're going to slide them one way or the other. They may have a spine. Like right now, you got 3 down linemen playing deep, playing more of a nickel defense.
And there's the same play again that they ran earlier. No hold on this play, and they get about 20 yards. on the play, and that was the same one they did just a minute ago when it got called back for a hold. And so they've got to figure out how to stop that little screenplay.
Tell you what, Coach Hawk and Coach Wilson do a great job being co-defensive coordinators. Do a great job. I mean, they're like brothers. Watching them, I've got to spend some time with them this summer, and it's just fun to watch them behind the scenes a little bit. Not Derek. I thought that was somebody else. Holt on the carry and almost gets brought down in the backfield on the blitz by Nathan Tyler Moore.
Yeah, that's Nathan Tyler Moore that you saw in there that you wanted to call Mr. Brown there, but he got back there, almost made a great play in the backfield, and he just slipped away from him. He ended up making the tackle downfield, but not after a 5-yard gain.
So if you're listening, sometimes we're going to miss numbers here or there, especially early in the season, because it's a whole new crew. You got kids that have changed numbers, so you're trying to learn numbers. So if you'll give us a half or two, I think we can figure this thing out.
That's going to be a false start on the offense. Like the wide receiver just getting a little ahead of himself.
Yeah, they were probably going to him, and he got really
Probably
excited.
so.
Like, oh, I'm going to get the ball.
DeVita High said Billy Lavender has always been fun for a long, long time. Do you know DeVita?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just saying, everybody does apparently, but I just met her a couple weeks ago. But man, what a great job she does. She does some Texarkana Game Day stuff. Such a nice lady. You know, I'm so glad that she could go on the morning show and settle those guys down.
Yep. She keeps them in check. Let's say that.
She does a really good job.
Especially that Kelly guy.
That's right. I wasn't going to call him out. He likes to call me out.
Boom, and we've got a sack as Holt is brought down.
Yeah, and that was a big-time play by the defensive tackle, Cameron Thomas. He's a 6'3 senior. He broke through there, got off, shed his block, got down and made a great tackle.
You know, you try to do everything you can to be professional, but sometimes you just got to give a boom when it comes to something like that. You're proud of the kid. You're excited for the kid. So Holt looks like he's just kind of trying to gather himself back there as he's getting the play in. As they brought in the senior here in the second quarter to try to spark this offense as he threw one deep, and that's the only thing that has really been. And here comes that defensive line, and they are taken over up front as Holt is brought down again in the backfield. 2 plays, 2 sacks for that Tiger defense.
I'm not going to call anyone's name on that one because that was the whole defensive line. Not going to give anyone a helmet sticker for that one. I say we give it to them all.
Give it to them all. It was, hey, I'll meet you at the quarterback.
That's right. And so a great job there by the Texas High defense. Going to force the punt. They can get the ball back with just under 3 minutes left to go in the first half.
So it looks like it's going to be Blake Rogers and Hall back deep for the Tigers. And it's going to be a punt as they wave everybody back, and it's going to be out of bounds at the 27-yard line, and that's going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Tigers with 2:42 left in the first half.
And that big stop there by the Texas High defense to force the punts brought to you by Red River Lumber, and all of the defensive line bringing the wood right there on that big 3rd down play.
Tell you what, Bolt is in the house tonight. He's coming up with some good ones there, bringing the wood.
That's right. So wait for my next one. I got it coming up.
Tell you what, Red River Lumber may not have a lot of wood right now just because of the times we're living in.
I can tell you lumber prices are high.
That's right.
I just remodeled an office. They're really high.
They're really, really high. You're going to be in that office a while. McHenry's going to quarterback draw, going to take it up the middle. He's going to have a lot of room, and he is going to get hit hard. And that's the difference in last year and this year. The senior takes off, is going to have a gain of 17 yards on the carry.
And Zayshawn Williams, the cornerback, finally brings McHenry down, and McHenry can smell blood. He knows that if they strike right here, they may can put the ball game away before the half.
I'm telling you, that is building your toolkit, and that's what you try to tell young kids. You don't just do one thing well, you got to do it all well, and that's what recruiters are looking for, is a kid that can not only throw the ball but run the ball. He can do more than just what a normal quarterback does.
Yeah, and a nice run there by Braylon Stewart. A good job by the offensive line, but there is a flag on the play. Looks like it was thrown at the line of scrimmage. Going to be a hold on the Tigers.
As they backed that one up, I was just glanced across the field, and man, it's beautiful to see that student section full this year. It's full from the field all the way up to the top of the stands. It's awesome.
Yeah, it is. And if you're not out tonight, you're watching at home, we sure do appreciate you for tuning in. But come out and catch the Tigers on Friday night. We've got, I'd say we're about, 60% capacity right now, I'd say. There's quite a few people in the stands. A lot of people at the concession stand trying to get that hot dog before halftime.
I'll tell you what, my friend Mark Graves, I know he's not here, and his seats are still available. I can see him vacant down there, and he needs to be at the game, not at home watching. So we need people to make noise for these kids. They're doing a great job, and the Tigers are going to be fun to watch this year. Going to go deep ball, and there's going to be a lot of contact on that. And the pass is intended for number 13, Brandon Hall, but going to be incomplete.
And could have gotten a pass interference there. The ball was a little underthrown. I don't think McHenry knew that guy was as fast down the field as what he was. It was a little underthrown. He tried to slow down to make the catch, and the defender ran into the back of him, but no flag on the play, and so they'll live for second down.
So second down and 15. Ball is right on the 40-yard line with a minute 45 left. McHenry back to pass. He's going to be under pressure, and he's going to be brought down, and it's going to be a 10-yard loss. Going to be down at the 30-yard line. McHenry took exception to that hit a little bit.
And no timeout by Coach Stanford. He's going to let the clock tick down, and they're going to try to end the half either punting the ball away, or it's third down. Third down and 24. He's going to let that clock run as much as he can, and it looks like he will call a timeout once the clock runs as much off as it can.
So it's going to be under a minute left in the first half as Coach Stanford calls a timeout. 57 seconds left with the Tigers leading 21-10. Third and 24 coming up. We're going to keep it here until halftime as both bands are warming up, as they're getting ready for their seasons to start tonight as well. And you know that there's the difference in band and football is there are freshmen going, oh my goodness, I hope I remember all my steps and don't go the wrong direction.
That's right. That's right. And so before we get back to action, want to make sure that some of our other sponsors are mentioned before halftime. We appreciate Browning Homes for being a sponsor again this year for Texarkana Game Day. Also, Dr. Pepper.
Dr. Pepper. I like me some Diet Dr. Pepper.
You know, I used to drink Diet Dr. Pepper. Don't they have one now that's like a zero?
Dr. Pepper Zero.
Dr. Pepper Zero. Yeah. Okay.
I got one of those too.
I'm going to have to try it.
You can put one in each hand.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I mean, nothing against Dr. Pepper. I am a Coke Zero fan, yeah. So I mean, I'm sure Dr. Pepper Zero is pretty good too.
You could do a Dr. Pepper Zero and eat banana pudding at the same time. My dad used to drink a Slim Fast and eat honey bun. Okay, is this called balanced diet? I don't know what it is. Hey, we're back underway here. McHenry back to pass is going to try to go deep, is going to be hit in the backfield and brought down once again as he is sacked in the backfield for a loss. And the clock is winding down as it's going to be about a 10-second difference between the play clock and the game clock.
So McHenry not happy after that play there. He took a hard hit. And they're just going to let time run down as much as they can and call timeout and punt this ball away.
I think he's a little frustrated with his offensive line because there's some blitzes there. They're delay blitzing on that, and so they're not picking that up. And so, hey, it's just what happens.
And look for the coaching staff to make those adjustments at halftime in the locker room. You and I talked about them all last season. Coach Stanford's got a great coaching staff here at Texas High, and that's one thing that we saw almost every single game. And that's the telltale sign of a great coaching staff and great players when you can go in at halftime, make the adjustments needed, come out and not see the same mistakes from the first half in the second half.
Well, and it's not just a coaching staff that's good as far as X's and O's, but they're good they know each other. Coach Stanford does a great job of creating community among his coaching staff. They trust each other, and that's what you mean by community, is it's people I can trust, and you see that a lot with his staff. I mean, they're like brothers. They're constantly, even if it's offensive or defensive, they're there for each other, and so it's a very unique coaching staff, and they do a great job. I was watching Coach Hawk when they scored a while ago. He was, high-fiving the offense. I mean, so it's not just defense and offense. It's a whole team thing. So Reese back to kick once again with 9 seconds left. Nobody back deep for the Lions, as they're going to let this ball roll. And if you're Texas High, you let it go and maybe run out the clock. It's going to be 0.7 left. I think somebody needs to tell the clock runner, just let it go.
One thing you don't do at your own stadium is let the clock tick to 0.7 seconds.
Yes. Yeah, I will not mention that person's name. So 0.7 left here in the first half.
Coach Stanford looking up at the press box, wondering why 0.7 seconds is left on the clock.
Yeah.
And I have seen that backfire before, and let's hope that it does not. Someone will catch an earful, probably at halftime.
I promise you, he'll probably at halftime say, hey, give me my quarter zip back.
Make sure after the bands that you tune in for the Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital halftime show. We'll have Cowbell Billy here with us.
And he's going to be brought down.
And that's the end of the first half.
And that's going to end the first half where the score is 21-10 here at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. You're watching Tiger football right here on Texarkana Game Day in partnership with Tiger Vision. And we'll
Providing excellent customer service while keeping everyone safe is a top priority here at State Bank. We are making your banking experience safer and easier with our new curbside banking program. Almost anything you need to do inside the branch can now be accomplished with curbside banking. Need to open an account, pick up a debit card, or hands-on help with mobile banking? Just pull into a designated curbside spot, call the number on the sign, and a State Bank team member will come assist you quickly. We are excited to bring you this convenience and are thankful to serve you. Your family, your bank, State Bank.
I'm Dr. Matt Young from Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. We have expanded to increase our outstanding services for our community. We are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. We're a full-service emergency department and are now offering inpatient services and outpatient imaging. Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, real ER without the wait, where your hometown physician owners are always here for you.
A strong work ethic takes pride in a job well done. This is the kind of person you need. Express Employment Professionals can help because we understand what it takes to hire good people. It takes real people, real interviews. We find good people, matching the right skills for the right jobs. Express knows jobs. Get to know Express. Go to expresspros.com to find a location near you.
Brigadier social officers are Kyla Day, Ariel Mendoza, Alexandria Flores Salgado, Azaria Flowers. Brigadier Rookie of the Week, Jentasia Brader. Brigadier Veteran of the Week, Yoslyn Pineda. Brigadier Spirit Girl of the Week, Crystal Polito. Brigadier Staff Member of the Week, Mr. Marsh. The Brigadets will now entertain you with the palm routine to wake me up before you go. Featured soloist, trombone player, Ruben Benitez.
ticket for tonight. Have it ready after the halftime performances. You could be our lucky winner. And now the high stepper officers this year. Junior Lieutenant Emma Giddings. Senior Lieutenant Kalea Edmonds. Senior Lieutenant Leila Kenny. Senior Lieutenant Riley McDuffie. Senior Lieutenant Helen Clark Hay. And Senior Captain Olivia George. The high stepper of the week is sophomore Jenna Humphrey. Our teacher of the week is Shay Phillips. Thank you, Ms. Phillips, for all you do for Texas High School. Our performance tonight dedicated to you. Tonight, the High Steppers will entertain you with their kick routine to What I Like About You. Ladies and gentlemen, your Texas High Steppers. Your Texas High Steppers. Ladies and gentlemen, the Texarkana Independent School District proudly presents for your halftime entertainment the award-winning Texas High School Marching Tiger Band. The Tiger Band, under the direction of Artie Lawson, Steve Bennett, Dylan Davis, Paul Stibbets, Dominic Phillips, Kevin Sutton, Ryan Hadaway, and Brandon Sands. The Tiger Band is led on the field tonight by drum major senior Jennifer Silva. Tonight we present our preseason spirit show featuring crowd favorites of all time. Texas High fans, please welcome the Tiger Marching Band. Texas High marching band will exit the field to the sounds of the Eyes of Texas. Tiger fans, feel free to sing along. Members of the week are woodwind musician Angel Paz, percussionist Lourdes Quijos, bass musician Chloe Alsaga, and color guard Lena Lennington. We would like to thank the Tiger Band and Life Steppers Booster Clubs for their continued support of our program. Administration and staff of TISD and Texas.
All right, we are back here at Tiger Stadium where your halftime score is Texas High 21 and Tyler High School 10, and we are joined in the booth by none other than Cowbell Billy, all the way from the cheap seats on row 11, going to give his perspective of the game. But before we get started, we got to give you props on your video from this morning. The initial, that was pretty exciting. Even got Coach Stanford involved.
Little TikTok. He knows he's going to be on it maybe a couple more times this year, but we're going to do it every Friday for sure.
Yeah.
Aren't we, Balti?
That's right.
This is very entertaining. So, hey, great first half for the Tigers. Looked a little sloppy on that first drive, just missed a block or two. But as we talk about, one of our keys to the game was the O-line. You and I were talking off the air, Billy, just about the O-line. What are you seeing from your perspective? I mean, they look pretty good.
Yeah, and we knew after last year, we lose a couple of guys, Shelley, Harrell, some of those guys, and we know it's going to be tough because we got some young, some guys that are very capable, but the coaching staff, I've talked to them, and they know that it's going to take, till mid-year to get them going. But I'll tell you, to have a guy like Jeremy Harrell coaching them or Coach Cross, I mean, that's invaluable to have that kind of experience coaching you, and it shows from the spring workouts to right now. There's a big difference, and they're going up against some good, Tyler High School defensive linemen, and there was a couple of misses early, but boy, they're picking them up now, and it's showing in Braylon Stewart's running game.
Absolutely.
And so, just I'll go last, of course, but with each one of you, who's been a player that you've seen come out tonight that you've been maybe most impressed with, or somebody you've been watching that's been doing a really good job? If you can just pick one.
I'll go last. I mean, think about that.
That's fine. I'll go first. How about that? I'll tell you a guy that I've thought, and I've been hesitant to really say anything out in the open or whatever, but I'm noticing out there is Blake Rogers.
Yep.
I mean, he was hurt a couple of years ago. Last year, he came out and had a really good year, but was kind of in the shadows of Ryan Sellers and Clayton Smith out wide. But he's been getting open, and when Brayson sees him, I mean, he just throws it up to him. And I mean, that guy, the touchdown he caught in the corner was a ball that Brayson threw it back over the right shoulder. He turns and catches it. I mean, just does everything right. He's going to be one to watch, as we go along. But man, there's a lot of highlights tonight. That what about you?
Well, as both teams get ready to come back on the field, we flip to the defensive side of the ball, and I got to say, you feel bad about saying this from last year's team. I think we're better on defense this year than we were last year, and it's not Clayton left, and depending on him, our kids are just that much more mature. And we've got so many returning starters, and then we've got some kids that are waiting for eligibility, and when they get eligible, it's going to be special.
And before you go, Brian, since you're last, that Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, they do a tremendous job at what they do, and they take care of kids, and they take care of Texas High. And we got a big sign, on our run-out tunnel, and I want to give them a huge shout-out for what they do, and we sure do appreciate them.
Yeah, and they're actually on the screen right now. I told Eric, but he didn't do it for me. But they are the sponsor for the halftime show all the way through the whole remainder of the year over here at Texas High. They are our halftime show sponsor, and so we appreciate them so much.
Speaking of halftime, one of the reasons I come up here is because I get the banana pudding, and Silver Spoon does an unbelievable job on that. So go ahead.
Really good, really good. No. Hey, we've got time.
We want
you up here, okay? So you talk as much as you want. They hear enough of us. But
fair enough.
Just real quickly, I mean, of course, Brayson McHenry's done a great job, but I just want to point out Cody Reese.
Yeah, that's right.
I've talked about him, and he may be that guy like I talked about Jackson Halter last year, but I'm very impressed with the guy. He's punting, he's doing this, he's doing that, and he's just a really explosive player.
I've mentioned him to several people, and they say, no, he's the backup quarterback. And I say, no, he's the starting wide receiver right
absolutely.
now. So he's a kid that just does everything right, and he's one of the kids, one of the two kids that when I asked Coach Stanford earlier, I said, who are you noticing in the summer? And he said, two people, Cody Reese and Michael Thomas, have really shown out and improved. So, but man, I'll tell you, another guy I thought of, Austin Miller. It's his first time out here football, kicking as a senior. The kid looks like a freaking linebacker, but he can boot the ball about 60 yards, and he comes right out getting a lot of touches and a lot of experience. And knock on wood, he's 100% right now.
Yeah, but before we let you go, you stay up here as long as you want to.
All right.
But before we let you go, on the screen it shows halftime adjustments straight from Cowbell Billy's mouth. What's the biggest adjustment Texas High needs to make?
You know, I really don't think much adjustments. I think probably what the coaches were telling them in there, just keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Take care of you, and we're going to come out here and be victorious. I don't think there's many adjustments that we need to make.
Well, we've seen not really sloppy play, but penalties, and we're not used to seeing that last year. They played very clean games, not a lot of penalties.
That's right.
And so far in the first half, we've seen quite a few. And
and a lot of that, some young guys on the line and stuff like that, and they're trying to get in sync. And this is the first time they've been in front of crowds like this, so I'm excited. I want another half like we just had and get out of here healthy. I think that's one of the keys to this game.
I think we have another half like that, and at the end of that first half is our offensive line. The lines were running a lot of delayed blitzes and learning to pick that up, and even your experienced offensive lines are going to have trouble with that. So Austin Miller to kick off here in the second half as we begin.
Look at that kick.
The third
all the way
quarter.
To the end zone.
Going to put it 1 yard deep in the end zone. And
there
going to be fielded, but he's going to be brought down.
Is that Josh Tyson?
The number 45?
39. Heck, I can't see.
He's got it kind of pulled up. 39 is what we'll call him. That's Tyler Thomas.
All right.
Dominic Rhodes on the return of 23 yards, going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Lions at the 23-yard line.
Hey, before I get out of here, I want to say one thing about our brothers over across town, PG. Their quarterback got hurt, I think his wrist, and Jared Halter, one of my buddies, a freshman, comes in, throws a touchdown.
Say that again. He's a what?
He's a freshman. Jared Halter. Yeah.
Going to have the quarterback keeper. Holt is going to get outside.
Good block.
And is going to be run out of bounds at the 49-yard line inside of Tiger territory.
We just can't lose containment right there. That's the only thing is we need to pinch them in when we got all those guys out there. But they made a good block out on the corner and got him sprung.
Yeah, and they just lost containment, like you said, Billy. Just someone not doing their job correctly. They got outside and a good run there by the Lions.
It's all right, Coach Hawk, Coach A.J. Wilson will get them fixed right
That's
here.
Right.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line inside of Tiger territory as Holt brings his Tigers to the line. Looks like he's going to be the quarterback the remainder of the way.
Good lick.
Brings the Lions to the line. Going to be Dewberry on the carry, and he's going to be brought down to the line of scrimmage for a gain of maybe a half yard.
First hit by Brandon Childs right there. Got in the backfield.
Yeah, and that whole play was because of him, the big nose guard, 275. He's a junior coming in there. Couldn't quite get him on the ground, but he was the one there for the first hit.
And I think Finley ends up with the tackle.
So Finley gets the tackle there. Going to bring up 2nd down and 9. That Tiger defense has been strong up front all night long. Let's see if they can do something here to begin this third quarter here at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park.
Good defense. That's a coverage sack. Get him. Stay outside. That a boy, D. Brown.
D. Brown's going to hit him and then stand over him. Hopefully, try not to get a leg.
Well, he told him. He said, "Good throw. Get up. We'll do it again."
I thought he was trying to invite him over for Christmas. See what he wanted for Christmas.
So a couple different guys coming in there. Cameron Thomas along with Derek Brown. A lot of people in the backfield just couldn't get a hold of him and get him down, but nonetheless, it's the same result, going to bring up 3rd down.
Good job by that Texas High secondary, and that's kind of what forced that and allowed those D-line to get in there.
Absolutely. Holt looked like he was trying to go deep there, but he was just, Holt looks like he's not a typical quarterback. He's not going to be 3-step drop. He's going to roll around and just be an athlete. That's his whole thing, is to try to be an athlete. Looks like the
get him beat around.
So going to be underthrown as Holt tries to intended pass is going to be for Montrell Wade. Going to bring up 4th down for the Lions.
Exactly what you wanted coming out of there. Good defensive stand.
Yeah, and Darren Finley back in coverage there from the linebacker position, playing good coverage there on the lines. Going to bring up 4th down.
So back to punt for the Lions is number 19, Baylor Gonzalez.
What number was that?
I think Billy grabbed you, didn't he? Squeezed your arm there.
Yeah, I think it was a banana pudding that got caught in my throat.
Silver Spoon made that.
Silver Spoon. So Baylor Gonzalez with a kick gets a nice kick. And it's going to roll into the end zone. Let it go. Great job there by number 21.
Tyreek Robinson.
Tyreek Robinson.
He's a senior for the Tigers.
And then before we go to commercial, we want to thank Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, physicians that have been hand-selected and they're most respected emergency physicians in the community. Go visit Dr. Young and his staff at 4646 Calhoun Creek Road in Texarkana, or give them a call at 903-838-8000. Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, real care, real convenience, real capabilities.
Billy, thanks for joining us.
Appreciate
we'll see
it,
you
fellas.
next week.
Appreciate it.
No,
Go
we
Tigers.
won't see you next week. Sorry.
Well, you can. You can. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers. McHenry with a handoff to Stewart. Stewart's going to bounce it outside, and he's going to have a lot of running room, but he's going to be out of bounds after a 10-yard gain, going to bring 1st and 10. Looks like he's going to step out 2 yards short.
Yeah, and a great job there by Stewart, just getting a nice, easy run, getting the edge out there. Nice job by the offensive lineman and the fullback as well, getting those guys blocked so he could get to the outside.
Might have got away with an early start there. Stewart's going to go barrel straight ahead, and he's going to get a 1st down. Going to have a gain of 6. Going to bring 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Excuse me, the 34-yard line.
And he's going to be brought down by number 16, Ladarius Franklin, on the play.
Ladarius Franklin, I think he's a sophomore this year.
Yes.
Pretty big kid as we were studying for the game. So going to hand it off to Stewart. He's going to bounce it outside once again and going to go out of bounds and have a gain of,
Sure, the ball runs out.
we're going to go 5 yards on that, maybe 6. Say 5 on that.
He'll be run out of bounds by number 17, Zayshawn Williams, the cornerback out here. Good job.
I think that's a district game. He tries to turn up and get more yards, but you're trying to actually, what Billy said, get out of here without being hurt.
Yeah, and you got an 11-point lead in the 3rd quarter. Not much to prove here. Just get out of here healthy.
McHenry's looking for Rogers deep. Rogers going to break away. He's going to be for the long catch. He'll be out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. Going to be 1st and goal.
Got his leg tangled up a little bit there on the tackle. Just looks like he's just trying to walk it off a little bit, just a little tender. Don't think he's hurt, but what a nice pitch and catch there. Rogers just kind of pushed off a little bit there, but you know what? Get away with what you can.
Well, McHenry pulls it and is going to be brought down for a loss as he tried to hand it off to Kelly and pulled it at the last second. That play worked early in the 1st quarter, but not in this quarter.
Yeah, I thought he was going to get a little spin move there. Maybe get one of those helmet stickers tonight from Texarkana Game Day. He was looking good.
Hey.
But all he did was spin his sock down there, and so they'll live for 2nd down.
Going to bring up 2nd down and goal from the 6-yard line. As it looks like Blake Rogers being tended to on the sidelines. Looks like he's going to be okay. He'll tape it up and keep rolling. Braylon Stewart back in the game. Going to throw it over the middle. It's going to be, he's going to try to hit Reese on the inside slant, but going to be knocked away, incomplete.
Yeah, and almost a great catch there by Reese on a little slant route from the outside receiver position, and just could not connect. Blake Rogers is going to come right back in the game.
Zaquan Williams wanted to talk about it and let him know how good he was, and that was a great play by him. But just remember, there's next time coming.
That's right.
So here we go, 3rd down and 6. Ball spotted at the 6-yard line for the Tigers. And he's going to throw the fade route, and there's going to be caught. Touchdown Tigers. Going to be caught by number 3, Derek Brown.
And wow, what a catch. I think we saw that last year from Coach Stanford putting in different people. Yep, Clayton Smith. I mean, just putting his big guys out there and letting them go to work. And it looks like it's going to be against the defense, but we'll wait for the call.
So the lines are saying incomplete. There was a lot of pushing and shoving on that play, so the call could go either way. So we'll wait on the call as the officials discuss, and here we've got the call. As he can get his microphone on, that's what he's struggling with. You know, if it doesn't work, you just beat on it. Going to be holding on the defense. I would imagine that penalty is going to be an automatic 1st down. It was an incomplete pass.
Yeah, it did look like an incomplete pass from up here. The official down there was blocked. They were rolling over the ball. Another official came in and helped him make the call there, but they do get the penalty, and it will be a 1st down.
So Derek's still trying to plead on the sideline that he caught the ball, but of course he's 55 yards back. So it doesn't matter. Coach Hawk is like, hey, you just got to catch the football. Going to hand it off to Pullett. McHenry's going to take it outside, and somebody missed their block over there. Looks like Rogers might have missed his block there. I didn't think he expected him to come over there. And so
Grayson McHenry trying to get the flag over there. Things getting a little chippy over here at Texas High. And so I just want to mention down at downtown Texarkana right now, I know that they are watching down at Razor Dogs. And so go down and get you a hot dog downtown Texarkana. And I know that Mr. Barnett, the owner and operator of Razor Dogs, has got us on down there watching Texas High football tonight. So we appreciate him and all the people down there watching some Tiger football.
Razor Dogs.
Yeah. Brandon played for the Razorbacks. That's awesome. You remember Brandon Barnett?
Yes.
Yeah.
So McHenry's going to roll out to his right. He's going to try to direct traffic and just going to get rid of it and throw it into empty space to try to get rid of it. Ball was intended for. He was looking for Reese on the play, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and goal for the Tigers.
Yeah, so an impressive drive here by the Tigers to get all the way down to the 6-yard line, down to the 3 now. But they've had 3 attempts so far, or 2, I guess, on this series. But having a little trouble getting it in. Don't be surprised to see the slant route from Reese wide out right here. See if they can slip it into one of their great wide receivers.
That's usually what we've seen before. He's going to look outside, going to hand it off to Stewart, and he's going to be brought down by a pride of line.
That's right, number 7, Montrell Wade, the strong safety, coming up in there and stuffing him. And then a lot of lines coming in. What a big stop right there. And coach is going to send on the field goal unit.
So Austin Miller in to attempt his first career field goal as a senior. It's going to be, I'm going to call it they're going to put it on the 12-yard line. It's going to be a 22-yard field goal.
Just an update. It looks like someone gave us a score of Pine Tree 6, LE nothing right now. There's a lot more left in that game.
So field goal is going to be good. Coach from Tyler tried to get a timeout as he ran out, but
and he looks like he hit the kicker.
It's going to be a flag on the play. It's going to be running into, which would be a 5-yard penalty, or half the distance to the goal. See what the If it's roughing the kicker, it'd be the same way. So,
There are many ways to sack. Good driver, low mileage, good grades. Call us.
we get the call here.
He did make the field goal. And so Coach Stanford wants to know right now, are they going to move it to the 1 yard line or the half-yard line?
It'd be to about the 2.5 yard line because he's sitting on the 5 right now, so half the distance to the goal, being about the 2.5.
He wants to know if he wants to go for it.
Or do you take the points off the board? Or
He's going to let them have it.
Yep.
So Coach Stanford's going to take the 3 points, and that field goal is going to be brought to you by Texar Federal Credit Union. We appreciate them for being our field goal sponsor tonight. Make sure you go visit a local branch or visit gotexar.com for more information. Eric, you want to take us out here?
Well, it looks like we've got a kickoff that's about to take place. So we're not going anywhere.
Well,
we're going to stay right
I think they're
here.
going to take more time than what we want.
That's right. That's right. So we appreciate everyone watching on YouTube, Facebook, Texarkana Game Day channels. With 6:54 left here in the third quarter, Texas High leads 24-10 as they begin the year once again playing against Tyler High School, formerly known as John Tyler. Back in the day, you would come here, and these two teams many years ago were in the same district, and it was a big rivalry as what they call the pep squad back then had actually plungers and would scream, "Flush that John." And so this is the same high school. It is the home of Earl Campbell. Do you remember that name? This is where he went to high school, is Tyler High School.
Really?
So got to teach you a little bit of history. Austin Miller with a deep kick. It's going to be fielded about 5 yards deep in the end zone, and he's going to go ahead and bring that out, and he's going to trip and fall over the 5 yard line and land at the 7 yard line. And it's going to bring 1st and 10 for the Lions deep, as I got to be honest, that was a little greedy play there.
Not a good move. Even some of his blockers, when he started bringing it out, were jumping up and down. They weren't even blocking. And then he trips over the 5 yard line. Luckily, he's a tall kid, so he fell to the 7. But not a good play there if you're wearing blue and white tonight, but a great play if you're wearing orange.
Yeah. Looked about like that game that for next week got tripped up. It's not going to happen.
Sounds about like us tonight.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Going to get it out into the flats to the starting quarterback tonight, McFall.
Yeah, and there's that little screen play again. Texas High cornerbacks are playing off about 8 to 10 yards, and they're just turning out and flipping it out there. It looks like he's cramping. He's over on the sideline now.
So McFall goes out. Going to bring in another receiver. That's an interesting 1-2 punch that they've got there, as you can move those athletes around for John Tyler. And one of the interesting things for this year that I've talked to several coaches about is numbers. They're having issues with getting enough kids. They've got enough kids to play, but once injuries happen, it becomes a little bit tougher. Numbers has been a major issue.
Yeah.
I think COVID's done a lot.
That's right. And so a good little toss play there. Going to bring up 3rd down and short. He was brought down by number 11. Who did we say that was? I didn't mark him down on here. Darren Finley. Need to borrow your Sharpie there and take Mr. Jackson. I hate to mark his name out.
I know. Bulldog of the defense,
That's
who
right.
is now at Seminole College in Oklahoma playing baseball. So congratulations to him. As Holt tries to throw it deep on the sprint out. And seems to be a lot of trash talking taking place between both teams. And if you're an official, you got to get a hold of that pretty quick before it gets out of hand.
Yeah, and C.J. Brown doing a good job there in coverage.
So it's going to be, looks like Blake Rogers is feeling just fine, so he's back in the ball game, going to be deep, as well as number 13, Hall, are going to be both deep to receive the kick. As the Lions have it 4th down and 1. Would be, who knows, they may try something just to get something going. They're going to punt it, and Blake Rogers is going to call for a fair catch, and then It's going to roll out of bounds at 33-yard line of the Tigers, where the Tigers will take over 1st and 10. So with 5:48 left here in the third quarter, your Tigers lead 24-10. We're going to take a short break to hear from our sponsors. We'll be back after these messages.
AmCare Clinic is seeking to change the way that multi-specialty medicine is delivered. We believe that a meaningful one-on-one relationship with our patients is at the core of every successful outcome. Our staff is ready to welcome you to our family expert providers. Our mission is to keep you healthy and live an enjoyable life.
And we're back as we had an injured player on that play. It looked like number 16 for the Lions. Ladarius Franklin was down on that play and going to get up and be able to walk off under his own power. And so he's going to have to go out for a play. Looked like he tried to stay in, but watching some of these kids starting to cramp up. It's a little warm out there tonight, but it hadn't been the summer like we usually have.
That's right.
So Texas High offense back on the field with a 14-point lead. Going to hand it off to Braylon Stewart straight up the middle, and he's going to have a gain of 11 yards. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Tigers at the 44-yard line.
And he'll be brought down by Amir Johnson. He's a 6'2 junior. He doesn't look 6'2 out there around some of those other guys, but he might look 6'2 if you and I walk down there.
That's right. Well, we're way up here in the 3rd floor of the press box, so we're a little high up. So nobody looks 6'2 up here. McHenry back in to get his line set. Going to hand it off to Stewart once again. Stewart being patient, trying to wait on the hole to open. Doesn't open. Going to have enough to gain 1. They're going to give him forward progress on that.
Yeah, and he'll be brought down by number 10. That's Jacob Villa again on the stop. Called his name a couple times in the first half. He's doing a good job playing the linebacker position for the Lions.
So we've got Jaden Kelly in there and Nate Minnie. Nate Minnie's going to line up at the tight end position. Blake Rogers is going to be off, and it's going to make Nate Minnie eligible as so
going to be brought down by number 13, Alex Santiago.
It's going to be Kelly on the carry for Texas High. It's going to be a gain of 3 yards. Going to bring up 3rd down and 6 for the Tigers. Ball is at the 49-yard line. Going to hand it off to Kelly up the middle once again. Going to be brought down immediately. Kelly didn't think he was down, but he was down. So
Number 46, Jordan Dews, the defensive end. He's a 5'10", 205 senior on the tackle.
So going to be 3:40 left here in the 3rd quarter as Coach Stanford is running. You're going to have a false start on the play.
Looks like the punting unit will trot onto the field. Going to bring it back, make it 4th and 9 for the Tigers.
We'll bring up 4th and 9 as the Tigers look to try to get them to jump off sides. I'm not sure what they were doing there. I know they've been running the clock, want to keep it running, and things like this keep it stopped. And that's not what Coach Stanford wants. He's trying to get out of here, as we talked about at halftime, healthy. So
got another false start. Looks like on the receiver in the formation, number 22. So they're going to back it up another 5. We want to make sure that we give a big shout out to Commercial National Bank, our scoreboard sponsor, tonight and every Friday night here at Texas High.
As well as don't forget to download the app, brand new app by Texarkana Game Day. Go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and grab that app so that you can watch us on the road or wherever you are with a smartphone or iPad or whatever kind of device you got. You'll be able to watch us a little extracurricular activity behind the play. As what you want guys to get out there. And
I think we got a good little graphic here for the app. But, yeah, like you were saying, go over and download the app. You can stay up on all of your local Texarkana High School athletic news. I mean, every sport that goes on around the area you can find on that app. You can find schedules, rosters, highlights. You can even turn on your notifications, and it will you'll get notifications of score updates and different things when kids around here sign letters of intent to go play college ball, just all kinds of things. So go over to the App Store. Make sure you download the new Texarkana Game Day app. You can also now this year watch our live streams from the app. So make sure you go over and download the new Game Day app.
So we're going to be Holt in and going to have Cooper in at running back, going to get it out to Wade on the reception, and he's going to be brought down quickly behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be a loss of 1, going to bring up 2nd down and 11 for the Lions.
Yeah, and Marcel Beaver, a great job there going in and wrapping. Excuse me, that's not going to be Marcel Beaver. That is number 22, Michael Thomas. I was listening to the announcer outside. But Michael Thomas getting in there, making a big stop for the Tigers.
So Childs is going to come out of the game. Look like Ezekiel Ware is going to jump in his spot as they're trying to rotate some guys in, get a little bit of experience while you can with a lead. You can do those kinds of things, and Derek Brown is going to be a quarterback knockdown there, and going to have some issues going on as it is getting really, really chippy.
Yeah, and they're running someone in for him. He's about to come out of the game, and he has made some plays on the quarterback. You know, he's asking to get a penalty. They haven't been late yet, but they are borderline close, and I think Coach is trying to get him out and tell him, you know, don't make those silly plays, silly penalties.
So going to be, he almost intercepted it there. Sorry, I got excited because there was a lot happening right there.
You talk about being in the right place at the right time. Marcel Beaver was falling down to the ground. The ball was tipped, and it almost fell right in his old bread basket there.
He almost got a free one on that
The first interception of the year while you're laying on the ground.
That's right. Looked like Finley had a free run to the quarterback there. Nobody even blocked him, and the quarterback made an athletic move. Holt made an athletic move and was able to get the ball out and away. And it's going to be 4th down and 1 with about a minute and 38 left here in the third quarter. As it's gotten a little sloppy here in the third quarter. Going to see what happens. Hopefully we can clean it up. And going to be a great defensive play as Holt is pressured in the backfield.
And going to be a flag on the quarterback for the Lions. Looks like the ref is telling him to get off the field. The quarterback actually pulled a defensive player down on top of him. If we had the Texar replay tonight, we could watch it. But he pulled a player down, and he said something to the ref as he walked off, and the white hat is not happy. He may be getting ejected from this game.
And I don't believe Coach Holmes is happy either because he's chewing on his team over there just a little bit. I mean, if you're the quarterback, it's not to down the kid whatsoever. You're a high school kid, but you got to be that leader.
Yeah.
You can't make those mistakes.
Yeah, and he pulled a guy down with him, and he tried to get the penalty, and then he argued with the ref about it. So let's hear what's going on.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct, defense number 3, 15-yard penalty, 1st down, Texas High.
It's going to be a 15-yard penalty, 1st down, Texas High. So you take that from a 4th and 1, and that's going to be his first unsportsmanlike conduct of the game, a second one, and he's gone. And so now, basically, you punted it and a long return.
That's right.
So you go from at the 50-yard line, now you got 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line, and that's a big difference.
And this is a great example of how Texas High needs to take advantage of these situations right here. If they can score here with this great
Stewart on the carry.
Their great field positioning. I'm sorry, I was waiting. I thought the play was going to happen quicker than what it did, and I start pausing. But great field position here for the Tigers. They really need to capitalize and come out with some points.
2nd down 5.
counting down to under a minute here in the third quarter. As Texas High in this second half so far really just beat themselves on offense, just not executing as well. And of course the playbook is kind of narrowed a little bit as we've just run the ball, trying to run the clock out, get out of the game healthy, and work our offensive line on run block. And if you don't have to open up the playbook, then why open it up and put more on film for others to look at?
That's right. And so I know you can't see it on camera, but Clayton Smith is in the house. He's on the sideline, not dressed out in his all orange like we wish he was, but he's down there cheering on the Tigers.
He's a preseason All-American possibility, I think I saw. Something that's he's got a chance, predicted to be All-American or something, wearing number 20, Billy Sims' old number. So thought that was kind of a cool thing that I saw this week on social media.
Yeah, that's cool. And so we wish him the best of luck. Look forward to watching him on Saturdays.
So going to be intended for Blake Rogers, but in and out of the hands. And it's going to be going to bring up second down and 15 as there was a hold on that last play. You saw that. So 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and Brayson McHenry took a big shot there on that pass. So we're happy to see him get up, not limping, not hurting at all. I'm sure it hurt because it was a big hit. But
tell you what, he's a competitor.
That's right.
23 seconds left in the third quarter. McHenry fakes the pass, is going to pull it down and draw.
Nice play.
It's going to be a nice run. He's going to get a chunk of yardage back, and it's going to make it third down and manageable. And he's going to run out this third quarter clock, and it's going to bring us to the fourth quarter where your Tigers are leading 24-10.
We want to make sure that we give a big shout out to our halftime show sponsor and the third quarter sponsor, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital. Go over and visit with Dr. Young and his staff over at 4646 Calhorn Creek Road in Texarkana, or give them a call at 903-838-8000. With over 50 years of experience working in emergency rooms across the country, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital is the superior choice for minor or major injuries in the case of an emergency in Texarkana. And so we appreciate them for being a huge sponsor and just a great asset for us here at Texarkana Game Day. Dr. Young and his staff do an amazing job. Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, real care, real convenience, real capabilities.
We appreciate them very much. And with that being said, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back with the conclusion of this game as the Tigers lead 24-10.
AmCare Clinic is seeking to change the way that multi-specialty medicine is delivered. We believe that a meaningful one-on-one relationship with our patients is at the core of every successful outcome. Our staff is ready to welcome you to our family expert providers. Our mission is to keep you healthy and live an enjoyable life.
And we are back for the fourth quarter here at Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park, where the Tigers lead the Lions from Tyler 24-10. Who we got for the fourth quarter sponsor this week?
We've got Kelly Ashbrook State Farm. We appreciate Kelly Ashbrook. I think she's got a couple locations. I'm going to work on that before next week, make sure that we get her locations on there. But you can always Google her and find her, Kelly Ashbrook State Farm, for any of your insurance needs.
She's has an office over on Moores Lane for sure. I know that's
unless you're in
location.
Arkansas. No, I'm just kidding.
If you're in Arkansas, go see Shelter Insurance and Brian Bolt.
We won't say that right now, right behind her.
If you've been Bolt hurt, go see Brian Bolt.
We appreciate Eric Aiken for all of his commentary tonight.
Braylon Stewart on the carry, going to bring up 4th and 3 on the. As the Tigers are going to go for it, hands off to Braylon Stewart. Stewart's going to be stopped in the backfield, and the ball is going to go over to the Lions on downs.
Braylon Stewart on the carry.
As
Montreal Wade on the tackle.
Great defensive play by Montrell Wade there. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Lions.
We appreciate another one of our sponsors, Texarkana Physical Therapy. We appreciate them for being a sponsor for Texarkana Game Day and also providing physical therapy needs throughout Texarkana.
So Texas High defense back on the field as Holt brings on the Lions with Cooper and Dewberry in the backfield. 2 receivers to his right and 1 to the left. Drops back to pass as they're trying to get going. It's going to be in and out of the hands of Montrell Wade. Montrell Wade looks like he does not look good. That knee is the way what he's grabbing there immediately. So we've got an injury on the field. Can that injury be sponsored by somebody?
That's not.
We've sponsored everything else tonight. So. No, it's not making light of that kid. I really hope he's okay. That's never good. Looks like he's got a cramp, so that's good news.
Well, there's a lot of trainers down there. Thank goodness that both schools have employed a lot of athletic trainers. Speaking of employment, we want to thank one of our sponsors, Express Employment, here in Texarkana. If you're looking for a job or you are looking to hire someone, get over to or give a call to Express Employment. I know that they do a great job trying to hook everyone up around the Texarkana and surrounding areas with employment opportunities. So go over and visit their website or stop by and give the friendly folks at Express Employment a visit today.
Go see my man Joey Martin and tell him we sent you. Going to hit him in the flat. Going to hit number 4 Cooper out in the flat, but he's going to immediately met.
That's number 31 Tyler Harris. He's in the game and he's been playing well tonight, and things are getting a little chippy down there.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of mouthing going on, and then we're responding to mouthing by pushing guys.
And so some guys coming in and out of the ball game, but a great play by Tyler Harris, who is the starting strong linebacker for the Tigers tonight.
I mean, Tyler Thomas coming in the game. You know, you make a great play like that, and then you do something like that. Like, just let your play be the actions. And Coach Hawk is telling him that. He's letting him know down there what he's got to do, be a little bit smarter with that. Play with a little bit of intensity, but be smart within your emotions. Hicks back to throw, going to be under pressure as he's going to try to scramble out, and it's going to be intercepted by the Tigers.
And streaking down the sidelines, number 21, Tyreek Robinson. He pulls it down, takes it around the water machine, and it's going to be a turnover for the Tigers.
A turnover,
Tigers.
The
water cow. Like the water cow down there.
Look at my man, Coach Wilson, man. He is fired up, trying to get the crowd into it a little bit. That's exciting for that kid and for this defense. With 10:03 left in the ball game, Texas High leads 24-10 as the offensive attack here in the second half has been very conservative, run the ball a lot, run the clock, and you know Coach Stanford's strategy has got to be to get out of here without injury, no harm, no foul in essence.
So one more score will put the game away here for the Tigers. This may be it.
McHenry pass intended for Hall, and it's going to be broke up there.
That was almost a great catch. I think we saw one last year by someone right down here where they caught it on the back of someone's helmet, and that's almost what we saw right there again. But it's incomplete and going to bring up second down.
Brandon Hall ran a great route, which was straight down the field.
Another false start by the Tiger offensive line. Think they're going to get some talking to this week about that?
Yeah, I believe Coach Harrell has already subbed somebody in for him. It looks like 76 is going to come out, and Nick Batten's going to come in his place. Demarius Brown knows exactly what he did, and Coach Harrell, he's letting him know, come on.
That's right. Second down at 15 for the Tigers.
In essence, he's saying, come on, we'll talk about it on Monday in film session.
That's right.
Braylon Stewart on the carry, going to have a gain of 1. Going to bring third down and 14.
And there's number 10 again, Jacob Villa, who comes in for the nice play on Braylon Stewart.
Jordan Hughes for Tyler.
Third down and 14. As time is winding down here in the fourth quarter with 9:20 left in the fourth quarter. Tigers next week, as you know already, the Arkansas High, Texas High game has been canceled. And so the Texas High is looking for another opponent. And so we will keep you informed. Watch our Facebook page or in all of our social media as we will keep you informed on if there is an opponent and where that game will be played. As McHenry makes a great run there, pulls the ball down and scrambles to get fourth down and manageable.
And coach is going to leave his offense on the field for fourth down, about fourth down and 4. Going to see if they can get them to jump off sides, maybe get an easy first down here.
Our guys can be disciplined. There he goes, going to back to pass. And McHenry's going to pull it down. And he's got Reese, and Reese has just got turned around, and he threw it just a little bit, threw it on that outside shoulder a little bit too much.
And one thing I've noticed about Reese, just from being playing receiver through my playing days, is that you can tell that he's not had a lot of game time so far, because every time that McHenry scrambles, he's not sure what to do, where to get, how to position himself, and McHenry's trying to point him in the right directions, and he just can't get the ball away from or out of his hand quick enough, and so that will just come with time.
Well, as you're talking about that, McHenry goes over to him and is explaining what he's supposed to do in that situation. And so, hey, great play, great communication by McHenry. He's really taking control of this offense this year and doing some things, next level things with this offense. So Hicks back in for the Lions, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield by none other than
You looking for me for
Derek Brown, man, number 3. Derek Brown.
Thought you were going to finish it out there.
Derek Brown. So I was waiting on you, my defensive guy. Where were you? So, and that sack is brought to you by.
I don't have one for you.
You don't have one?
I don't have one for you.
Oh, man.
I don't have one for you. I'll be ready for it next time.
We need a grocery store. A sack. See? Grocery store to sponsor that. That's what we need.
That's right.
So Derek Brown with his first sack of the year. So it's going to bring up a second and 14, as Hicks is going to try to go across the middle and hit the starting quarterback tonight for the Tigers. Intended for McFall on the play.
Going to bring up third down and long.
And I don't know, in sports, a lot of times body language tells you a lot. You just kind of tell the body language of the lines. It's just kind of like going through the motions. Got to be competitive all the way through the game. Because, I mean, you're only 2 scores down with 7.5 minutes left. You still got to compete.
A couple new faces in the ball game for the Tigers. Going to throw one deep.
And that ball is going to be picked off. Well, it should have been picked off. We had 2 guys back there arguing over it. And so got to be better on that, and they'll fix that. Those are things first of the game. Like we said at the beginning, earlier in the game, is between week 1 and week 2, that's when your most improvements happen in the season.
That's right. So that's why they're back there playing in the secondary and not in the wide receiver core, because they've been taught to just beat it down.
That's right. So it's once again fourth down and 14 as the Tiger defense once again stands strong. Blake Rogers back to receive the kick along with Brandon Hall. And Derek Brown gets back and going to be fair caught by Brandon Hall. That's going to bring us to 7:24 left in the ball game with Texas High leading 24-10. So I'm really looking forward to this year. I think it's going to be a great year. As I stated, we'll talk about what next week's going to hold. We don't know, but the week after that, it's a Thursday game in Forney before Texas High's bye week as they go into the district play. And the district, you know, don't want to predict anything, but looks like we've got a really, really good chance of winning district, probably going undefeated, and be the #1 seed out of our district in the playoffs.
Well, anything's possible, and the Tigers do have a great team this year, and so it's going to be fun to watch, and just thankful that you and I have the chance to travel along with them wherever they go. And it's fun every Friday night. There's been a good crowd here tonight. We hope that it's even more people here the next time the Tigers play at home. So going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
2nd and 6. Henry's going to hand it off to Stewart. Stewart's got room on the left side as he's going to be bottled up, but not before he gets to the second level, and it's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
And there's number 10, Jacob Villa coming in. Villa. Villa, something there.
You always get
Not
the tough
sure.
names,
Not
and it's
sure.
always entertaining.
They always play defense.
We had a German name last year, and I always thought it was hilarious because you had that one.
Yeah, all the offensive names are like Jack Smith and Bobby Williams, and I mean, you get all the generic names.
Yeah. So offensive line gets behind Stewart to try to push him.
And they actually push him past the 1st down marker.
So going to be 1st and 10 for Texas High with just under 6 minutes left in the ball game. And folks, we'd love to give you a scoring update on several local scores, but there is the app that the new app that is out is not working right now, so we apologize for that. So if we get any scores text or sent to us, we will gladly pass those along to you. McHenry once again is going to hand it off to Kelly as Kelly's hit and spun around and is going to go down after gaining 1 yard. And looks like number 11 for Jay Sanford patting his helmet for the Lions like, I've had enough. Get me out of here, coach.
And number 52, Cornelius Hartsfield, he's on the tackle there for the Lions, and a timeout's going to be called. It looks like they're a little gassed over on the other sideline, and so.
We were talking pregame. Nate Minnie got an offer from SAU this summer.
Yep, that's right. I'm an alumni from SAU. Yep. Ride or die.
Ride or die. Both of his parents graduated from there, and those of you who don't know, that helps out a lot. Not just get an offer, but also that's more money because it's, I can't remember what they call it there, but it's extra money because both of his parents went there. I want to call it a founder scholarship, but it was longer than that.
I got you.
But really proud of him for getting that.
Did you notice how good that the athletic trainers look out there tonight? You see those new shirts? You think we can get one of those?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I really like those shirts. Speaking of shirts, we want to make sure we give a shout out to one of our other sponsors, Sports Magic. If you ever need any shirts or anything made, go over and give Sports Magic a call. They may be the ones that made those shirts down there for the athletic trainers.
They probably did. I talked to Greg this week.
Yeah.
You'll talk to Greg and Lindsay over there. They do a great job. Appreciate them supporting
Great job.
Texarkana Game Day as well as all of our local schools. They really do a good job, especially here at Texas High. Trent Kelly on the carry. Going to have a gain of 2 yards.
It looks like we got some scores coming in from around the area. Cannot verify this, but we are going to go ahead and put it out there. Pine Tree 12, LE 0 right now in that Pine Tree LE game. We cannot get our score updates to pull up right now, so that is the only thing that we've got going. So if you do have some score updates, put them in our feed, comment them here on Facebook so that we can see them, and we will try to get them on air for you. Looks like a timeout's going to be called by Texas High. We're going to try to get some score updates. Let's see what we got. It looks like at halftime, Paris was 27, Arkansas High 0. Not what we wanted from Arkansas High. Is there any more on there I need to see? All right. And so we've got an Arkansas High score, an LE score. We're trying to get you a PG score.
PG was up 16-0 in the first half, and they're playing Nashville, Arkansas tonight.
And so speaking of scores, we want to make sure that we give a big shout out once again to Commercial National Bank, the Texas High Tigers scoreboard sponsor last year and this year over here at Texas High. We appreciate them for being a sponsor, Texarkana Game Day. Also, just going to go through some of our sponsors. We've mentioned a lot of them, and we just want to go through them again. State Bank, Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital, Greg Orr Auto Collection, of course, Commercial National Bank, as well as Texar Federal Credit Union.
McHenry back to pass, is going to be pressured as he's flushed out of the pocket, going to throw it on the run, and Blake Rogers tries to tiptoe on the sideline, but it's going to be overthrown. Nashville is down to Pleasant Grove 51-0.
Yeah, and you know, Nashville, I grew up playing in Arkansas, coached in Arkansas, and so Nashville has been a powerhouse in football in the state of Arkansas for the last, 15 years. And have won a couple state championships over there. But I did see them play Lakeside up in Hot Springs last week, and it's not the same Nashville team. So but nonetheless, congratulations to PG on coming away with a Week 1 win.
Well, they might come back over there. Who knows? You never know. I'm kidding. Reese on. Excuse me, it's going to be Miller on the kick. They sent Austin Miller out to punt this time. And so it's going to be fair caught at the 20-yard line. Going to bring up 1st and 10 for the Lions with 4:25 left here in the ball game.
A couple more sponsors we want to make sure we mention. We've gone through all of them once tonight, but want to make sure we mention everybody. Texarkana Physical Therapy, Conterra Networks, Texana Bank, Total Medical Supply, Amcare, Flying Burger, Rocasa, Eagle Dental, and Red River Lumber. We appreciate all of you for being sponsors of Texarkana Game Day. We've got a few more we'll get to here in a minute, but we just go and support those sponsors, because they are supporting your local high school teams, because this kind of stuff has to have sponsorship so that we can come out and do it, equipment, paying people to do things. And so those sponsors are helping support your local high school athletes. So go and support your local businesses and help those guys out that help your local schools.
So Eli Holt on the carry. We have a gain of 2 yards, brings up 2nd down and 8. Ball spotted at the 22-yard line as the Lions, time ticking away for them to have a chance. It's going to be a false start on the Lions, going to back them up 5 yards as we get the official call. As the student body begins to chant, "You can't do that," as the student body at Texas High has shown up tonight, and the trash cans are back out, as they weren't as prevalent last year, but man, this student body's really shown up. Band is here. It's always awesome. Man, great defensive play there by number 21, Tyreek Robinson.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm going to have to get my depth chart out for that one.
Yeah, so Tyreek Robinson on the defensive play. Penalty on the play. Going to be holding. It's in the neighborhood of holding, it looks like. And see if Coach Stanford wants to take the play or the penalty. I would probably imagine he's going to take the play. So as they're sorting this out, Tyler is a part of the district that pretty much what Texas High used to be in. Their district encompasses Highland Park, Longview, McKinney North, Sherman, West Mesquite, and Wiley East.
West Memphis.
Yeah, Wiley East has a new Coach Gold from White House that was at White House. He went to Wiley East this year, and they beat 19-14. They beat Mount Pleasant, who is in our district, last night. And so congrats to him on his first win there at Wiley East. But next week, Tyler will be playing Tyler Lee at Rose Stadium. I'm sure that's going to be somewhat of a rivalry, if you will, being in Tyler versus Tyler. And if you've never been to Rose Stadium, it is a beautiful stadium. They redid it probably about 5 years ago, and they do a great job over there, and so proud of those guys. And so I'm going to tell you, Tyler's got the athletes. It's just getting them to move the right direction. And I was looking at their chart that they sent me. There's a lot of kids with a lot of experience, and then he's just got a lot of new kids. So I'm going to tell you, in the next couple of years, it could be a totally different ball team. A lot of sophomores playing. So it's going to be a chop block, and it's going to be declined. So it's going to be third down. No, they're going to take the penalty, 3rd down and 13.
Marcel Beaver and Michael Thomas will trade sides of the field, get the matchups that Coach Stanford wants. Break down on the offensive line, and he's going to be brought down.
So going to get back. He's going to get a yard out of it, but it was just literally a scramble play, and now he's frustrated at his line. And you can just tell body language, as we talked about. You just got to still keep you cool. And what's frustrating in a game one like this is you've practiced success the whole time in your practices, and now it's not working for you. What do you do?
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And so
here we are, 4th down and 11. Lions back in the punt with 2 minutes and 45 seconds and counting left in the ball game. It looked like if everything goes as planned, Texas High, this will be their last possession, and they'll run out the clock here pretty quick as they'll run the ball. They're 1 first down away and should do it for the ball game.
Yeah, 1 first down, and that should ensure that Texas High comes away with the victory tonight. Speaking of insurance,
you're always speaking of stuff.
Make sure you go and give your friendly folks over at Texas Farm Bureau a shout. They are right here in Texarkana, Texas, and so Braxton Langdon. I don't know if he's watching. He may be watching. He may be watching PG.
No, Braxton's already been texting. He's watching.
Yeah, he's an agent over there at Texas Farm Bureau. So give him a shout for all of your auto, home, and life insurance needs.
So that is going to be, looks like it's going to be just shy of a first down. Going to be bring up 2nd down and 1 as the clock continues to run here at Grimm Stadium, or excuse me, Tiger Stadium at Grimm Park. We're in the final seconds, the final 2 minutes of the game. Texas High leads 24-10. And join us after the ball game for post-game thoughts, and we'll get you ready for next week. It'll be 1st and 10. That should do it tonight, as they'll be able to kneel down on the rest of them as the band strikes up.
Brandon Stewart on the carry.
And that I'm so glad I go to THS. It's always a tradition, a lot of tradition here at Texas High. As when I was in 2nd grade, which is a long time ago, I sat on these exact bleachers. This stadium has been here a long time. So, a lot of tradition here. Really thankful that Coach Stanford, when he came in, it was all natural grass in the stadium, and 3 years ago, we're able to redo it, get rid of the ditches that were in the sidelines, and man, this stadium looks beautiful.
Yeah, it really is something to see. I had a chance to go into the football facilities today, take a look around. I'd never been in there before. Really, really high-class facility, and they've done a really good job around here.
I didn't realize you'd never been in there.
I have not.
Weight room is phenomenal, and we've done some events over there, and every one of those coaches just drool over that weight room but when you have this many kids, you've got to have that size weight room.
That's right.
So we'll just run out the clock here. Should be able to kneel on it and call it good as we are counting down the seconds. As Texas High will go 2-0 on the year. Y'all are all saying it's 1 game. Well, next week we're going to count that as a win. I don't know about you. I'm counting it as a win.
I hear you.
So Texas High is going to go 1-0 on the year. And as we count down the final seconds of the game, teams will gather at the 50-yard line, shake hands, fist bump, whatever they do. And Brian, it's been a great night on our first night.
Yes, it has. Yes, it has. It feels good to be back. And, man, it's always good for the Tigers to win. They look good, and they're all orange. You know, of course, just like we expected, some good things, some not so good things, nothing bad. You know, we just enjoy being here on Friday nights. The coaches and the players actually going to come out to midfield and shake hands this year instead of waving at each other. And so everyone is crossing the tee. Coach Stanford getting ready to address his team after they go 1-0 to start the season. You know what, Eric? You want to give out some helmet stickers tonight?
It's up to you, man. Who you got?
I'll give out a helmet sticker tonight.
Yeah.
And so I want to give mine out to. I'm gonna go with Blake Rogers tonight.
Yep.
I'm gonna give it. I saw a lot of growth from him from last year to this year so far. He caught a touchdown, caught some other passes in the game, but just did a great job when the camera wasn't on him. Just blocking, making sure that he was doing the right things. And, you know, for kids like that, whether he gets 5 touchdowns a game or just one, I mean, you want to make sure that those kids are highlighted because kids like him are what make a team successful.
So senior leadership matters.
That's right.
And he did a great job. As you can see, the Texas flag waving as they're excited about their first win of the night, especially for these seniors, beating. Because, I mean, here's the deal. John Tyler is a division up, so they're Division I, 5A Division I. So to walk out of here with a win against a larger school by classification is an exciting thing for each team. And, so as John Tyler lines up and does their traditions, and the Texas High Tigers are over singing with the fight song. They're singing the school song with the student body is always a big tradition here, as we stated earlier. But, hey, as we stated earlier, for next week, the Arkansas High-Texas High game has been canceled. And so we'll keep you informed if Coach Stanford finds a game this week. I know he posted that they're looking for a game for next week. So who knows? It could be here. It could be a neutral site. It could be a away game. We don't know what that's going to look like, but obviously you can watch all the social media at TISD, Tiger Vision, Texarkana Game Days. We'll keep you informed on that. And if we have a game, we look forward to bringing it to you and doing the play-by-play once again. So,
and before we go, I do want to mention one more time on the screen, you can see the new Texarkana Game Day app. You can stay up on all of your Texas High Tiger news. There are notifications that come out each quarter, I believe at halftime, after the game, that'll let you know the scores, and it'll keep you up on all of the things Texas High is involved in with their high school athletics, as well as any other team in the city that you want to stay up on their news as well. So go and it's free to download. You can keep up on all of your schools. You can also watch the live streams from Texarkana Game Day through the app. So we appreciate you for tuning in. Go over and download that app. Eric, what you got?
It's been a great first night as Coach Stanford brings all the team together on the tee after every game, as well as when they're after practice, it's on the tee every time. So he's giving their final thoughts, say a final prayer, and they'll get out of here. Hey, just want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you very much. That's going to do it for us tonight. For Brian Bolt, Eric Aiken, we hope to see you next week right here on Texarkana Game Day.